Hello, Kirk. How's it going? I'm almost ready to start up. Give it a few more seconds. Just testing a setting. That's good that you're doing okay. Hope you're ready, Kirk. We're coming up to one of my favorite parts of the game. We're getting a lot of build up to a series of scenes that I absolutely love. And technically my favorite part has already started, but I am so excited, chat, in general, especially for Kirk, because Kirk has not seen it before, so you're in for a treat, Kirk. I think you'll like today's session, and then I think you'll like next Sunday's session a lot. It's really great. So while we're waiting for people to trickle in, let's switch over to the game, and we'll talk about what I did off stream, because I said before I was going to get some crafting off stream, but I also realized that because we ended up fighting a lot, it reset the merchant. Let me just turn the preview off. I don't see my mouse on the screen. Excellent. I have to be more mindful of that, chat. Please let me know if the mouse ends up on screen, because some games do like to capture it, others don't. So I don't think about it, usually. So first things first, we're just going to immediately take an expedition. So we're at 55 possible meals, which is not too bad. So I want to take a look at our equipment, because this is all new, and this is phenomenal. So we got topaz paper between streams just from the merchant, giving us a 20% drop rate increase, which is great, because I don't plan on fighting that much. Also increases our learning skills by a lot. We picked up, I think, Mithril Bag in one of the arenas, so I just maxed this out to +6, because we had a lot of spare Mithril from New Game Plus. Let's see, I'm trying to think if anything else was really added here. Well, I capped Topaz Boots at +6, which is kind of absurd. Likewise, I also purchased Topaz Doll, also got Topaz Earrings. I don't think there's too much else that's crazy. Oh, apparently I'm using a basic Poison Ward. I actually want to fix that, assuming it's not a crazy thing to increase. Other than that, I think that's about all we had. I just wanted to point out those items in particular. I believe I also switched weapons on Velvet, so I might have to swap her back to something with a bigger enhancement. Yeah, because she's just using Quartz Blade, which is kind of mediocre. Also, I have a Poison Ward +3. Actually, instead of spending points for that, let me just put her on a better Poison Ward. Yeah, it's just literally better at almost everything. We might as well just do that one. So unfortunately, when I'm looking at this, she doesn't really get too much out of having the +10 here, but it is what it is. So I realized I didn't go in this building last time. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any skits. Oh, there's no skits yet, chat. Okay. Because I was not keeping track of how many sub-events that I triggered in town, so I wasn't sure if a skit was ready here or not. The answer appears to be no. But we could get more backstory. Because, you know, you gotta get more flavor and context before the big event. So well-informed woman says, there's a place called Lake Pernia that lies east of town. Allegedly, the lake contains the ancient capital of the Holy Kingdom of Highland. That sounds kind of familiar from Zesteria. The city flourished during the era of Asgard when Eastgen was still the center of civilization. But then they raised the ire of dragons and the entire capital was drowned in a single night. The dragons drowned them? Is that the correct word choice, chat? That seems kind of strange. Soldier says, another peaceful day in the city, thanks to the shepherd and the great Empyrean. It is also thanks to your efforts each day. You have my gratitude, soldier. Got a little lore there, I suppose. We'll also just do one big sweep to make sure we've spoken to everybody. We might as well double check. I believe we were pretty good at the marketplace. I'm gonna check the inn one more time just to make sure we talk to everybody. Yeah, looking good, chat. Oh no, Kirk, it's gonna be a happy family reunion in the village, where absolutely nothing terrible will happen. It'll be the first positive story in Berseria so far. Everything will go fine. It's okay. I'm not seeing any other NPCs that I missed, so I think we're good. We can also check the... Oh! The tavern now has a sub-story, and that's why we always double-check the minimap. So I was there earlier, but I was there too soon. So I did miss a story, chat. I guess we had to learn about Nico before we triggered this one. So let's go back upstairs and see what these people have to say, because we were definitely up here earlier. But there was no skit.
Oh, how can I get Nico to like me? Oh, maybe I should start by winning over those 2 dogs of hers.
Give it up. Those mutts are cute, but are total wimps. They'd book it long before you were in petting range. But their owner is so... no nonsense.
Exactly. That's the best part about her.
Pet dogs. No nonsense. Named Nico.
Yeah, well, she's already got a fiancé. Really? Give it up.
Didn't she say she won't get married until her friend comes back? Oh, I wonder if she really means it. Maybe she just spread that rumor so that weirdos won't try to hit on her.
Yeah, if I were her, I'd hate it if a weirdo like you got anywhere near me.
Hey, I'm not a weirdo. Most of the time.
Can it really be Nico?
Wait a minute, he spoke a line that wasn't even subtitled there, chat.
Nico's not still alive. She can't be.
You see, Velvet is doing well. Romantic young man says Nico's fiancé is a veterinarian here. We did hear about him once. So if chat ended up rewatching the very first stream that we did, this was a plot point that was brought up. He first met Nico when he visited a ball during his apprenticeship. I think that's new. Gah, if only I tried to become a veterinarian. I'd like to become friends with Nico's dogs, Orthy and Russ. There's a name reminder in case you didn't go rewatch it. But they're so timid, they won't move a step from their mistress. So all important information that'll come up in a little bit, chat. So we're gonna try to remember how things were, as opposed to when we see them in just a little bit. Oh, it won't let me warp to the outside. How unfortunate. That's fine, chat. We'll just ride a little magic hoverboard until we end up all the way back to where we were before. So there we go, chat. We almost missed the skit. That was a close call. We got it. Hope you're doing well, Chris. We're gonna hopefully not trigger any fights between here and the next area, but we'll see. Gotta get those cat souls, chat. I know, chat, how else are we gonna learn more about the quiche? I'm glad Chris is on the up and up on the true plot of Berseria. Yeah, see, we can happily reunite her with the boyfriend, see? Like, this is the end of the game. Like, all problems are solved. So we got about this far last time, and I bumped into something. My bad, chat. Man, they did a lot of damage to Little Boy. I'm a little concerned. No mercy, chat. Whoa, that is a lot of damage. Hello, Chaos Mode. So, I guess one additional thing. When you hit an enemy weakness, it does way more damage on Chaos Mode. Just as a reminder. If you're wondering why the enemy was just Exodia obliterated, that's why, chat. Oh, we got a Mastery of the Boots. I don't really want to sub out of these boots, because they're +6 and they're kind of godlike. Unless I have it like something else I could just immediately pick up. Oh, not really. That's fine, I'll leave it as is. I was gonna say, it's gonna turn into like a cooking mama minigame any minute now. This is like the last combat we're gonna have, chat. We're just gonna make amends with Artorias. We'll show him that we don't need taste buds to show that we care about him. We cook a good meal. Ooh, so their chat is one of the rare chests I'm looking forward to. Hopefully this is a chest rare or something I don't have. I got runner's high. Unfortunately, we have that already. That's kind of disappointing. I'm like, I know we haven't been picking up a lot of items, but that's still kind of sad. Actually, speaking of which, chat, if you want to get an understanding of how much Chaos Mode has handicapped our level gaining, I believe there is a clip of me defeating Medusa. I believe it was titled Get Slapped. And I actually rewatched that the other day because I was just going through clips in general. And believe it or not, chat, I almost had more health in that clip on a regular playthrough than I do right now on New Game Plus, because Chaos Mode makes you get a lot less experience. So our 1,000 hit point bonus is like basically not applicable right now, by the way. Just want you to know. Because when I double checked the video, I think we were hovering around 3k for every party member, and it like we're barely above 3k when we get an extra 1,000. So we're now about where we should be health-wise if we had been playing normally. We have no advantage, I must say, at the moment. In fact, I would say we're quite underleveled at this point in the game. Like, we were a little underleveled when we played through the original time because we played through on hard, and again, instead of getting the full experience, you start getting like, I guess anywhere between 70 to 80% of the experience, depending on what difficulty we selected. But it's all catching up to us now, chat. So this will be fun. So we will basically be destroyed because we're gonna have a lot less defense and arguably less attack power. Although we kind of offset it by being able to upgrade Topaz easily, so we'll see. Okay, chat. I will let you know. I will show off the ogres at some point, but we're gonna have to come out here again anyway, so I'm not in a rush to show them off. Remember, chat, don't ever, ever, ever dangerous encounter ogres. We could show you what happens. I don't want to do it right now for the sake of pacing. But chat, just trust me, do not do it. It's a huge mistake. I know we're not very high level, but it'll be a quick fight if I dangerous encounter them, but for not the reasons you would think. So again, we're gonna do our best to avoid all combat. We've basically fought all of these enemies in other areas except for the ogre. But for story reasons,
That voice.
I want to make sure we continue through the forest.
Nico!
Well, chat, it looks like Nico's, well, possibly alive. She's knocked out, potentially, as opposed to dead. So this boss has a lot of wind moves. Again, you'll notice a lot of bosses have wind, honestly, I feel like is one of their main elements. Surprisingly, not many bosses have physical. You would think with how many times we get attacked, there'd be a lot of physical moves, but honestly, when you go back through it, especially the early bosses, they're almost all elemental, like wind and water. It's kind of funny. So this boss obviously has a lot less defense than the armored knight that we fought before, so magic is a lot more effective. Also, this boss's focus is lower, so it should be a little easier to deal with. Weakness is fire, which is good. We have Searing Edge. Crustacean we could get with Shell Splitter. Winged, I think Rising Falcon counts towards that, and I don't remember what... I don't know if Velvet has a Fiend move, honestly. Let's just take a look together, chat. Oh, Rising Falcon doesn't count as a Winged killer? I didn't know that. Oh. Well, that sucks. I would think because it had a burn in the name, it would have been anti-winged, but apparently we just don't have that with Velvet still. Oh, I forgot Gouging Spin was also Crustacean. See, I remembered Shell Splitter, but that's good to know. Well, let's see how we do with Little Boy.
What's going on? How can Nico be here?
Honestly, that's not bad damage. Unfortunately, the stun wore off. So we'll reset it. I want to be careful because that boss likes to kind of tackle into you. So as long as I pay some attention to it, it shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, the boss is kind of getting stun locked by all of our spells. Keep in mind that almost all of our characters got enhanced stun duration, so our multi-hit spells are really going to start stacking up against the bosses. gonna make sure I get that soul. Ooh, I got clipped. Let's swap out. Let's not risk it, chat. I'm gonna fish for the stun. Hopefully we could get it. So we're getting a lot of hits. Because the boss is so tall, Rising Falcon actually hits quite a lot.
You thought I'd stop there.
Ooh, look at that damage, chat. Ooh. Ooh, this boss is gonna. I didn't get the weakness combo for added damage, but honestly, this is so much damage. I might as well just keep going. Look at that damage. Keep in mind, Rokuro does more damage, depending on where we are in the combo chain, so he'll generally outdamage everybody. Oh, I accidentally switched to the wrong character, and that killed Laphicet. That sucked. I kind of want him to get the experience. I meant to actually Mystic Art into Eleanor, so you could blame me on that, chat. I forgot if she was up or down. That was my bad moment. But it's okay, we'll make up for it. One thing to keep in mind with Eleanor is that her aerial hit will hit the large enemy even if they're still on the ground, which is kind of nice. So I just want to get my souls back. I'm not going for a kill here. I just need somebody to get a little more blast gauge. I think I can do it with Velvet. Again, that attack does a lot of damage. That's like the only thing I'm really scared about. Unfortunately, I got Laphicet killed. You can blame me, chat. It was my fault. And that is why I wanted to make sure Laphicet was not dead, because as we know, chat, we could get graded anytime, but experience is annoying to get. So let's go one by one through each of these arts and talk about their usefulness for us in Chaos mode. So chat, Resurrection, useless, we're getting rid of it. Blessed Drops, it's a ranged water move. I don't think we have one as Laphicet. It's okay. You could think of it as just putting out like Water Mine if Water Mine was a massive object on the screen and there were multiples of them. So this can actually deal with groups fairly well. Vengeful Scourge we're not going to see too often. Good Grip we will see, because that just requires a longer combo for Mystic Art, so that's a good thing to see. Vengeful Scourge is just counters, and honestly, Rokuro does not usually get his other counters. He got a Glaciate from that, so we'll have to see what that is later.
I can't believe it. Is it really you? Velvet? What is this? How are you alive?
I could ask you the same question. Where have you been this whole time? You just up and disappeared. Everyone thinks that you were eaten by a demon. But I knew it couldn't be true. You're too strong to let some crummy demon take you down.
You're alive.
Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of your friends. I have to let everyone know the good news. You finally come back to us.
Nico's alive. She's alive.
Don't let your guard down. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, naturally, we've got a Reaper with us.
Let's head for a ball. We can ask everyone there exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What an interesting turn of events. Nico even recognizes us. That's good. And also bad. So I'm just taking a look at how we're doing with the cooking. Let's expedite our cooking just a little bit, chat. Bon appetit, chat. Because we're going to be in a lot of plots, so let's just take a little minute to fix our cooking level. Bon appetit, chat.
Marvelous! I'm secret.
Okay, so she's very happy about that, but let's make sure immediately, chat. Please, 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 if you play a higher difficulty, never, ever, ever let the AI cast Resurrection. Don't you dare let them. What a waste of your time on Chaos Mode, chat. Keep in mind, look at the cost of this, just so you can understand how stupid this is. Like, okay, remember, every soul is 20 SG. You start with 3 souls by default. This costs 90. This is 30 more than the amount of starting soul gauge you get on most characters. If you have 4 souls via what we have unlocked right now, that's 80. That's still less than the 90 needed to cast this. Because this costs more than what you need to cast, it's cast, I think, at half rate. So that spell will take like 20-something seconds to cast, chat.
Ask, are you sure that the other villagers died that day?
Well, it's not like I had time to check.
Shake your head, chat. Resurrection is one of the worst spells in the game. It is so overpriced. It would have been slightly more usable if it was 80, but the fact that it's 90 and the fact that everything just takes so long to cast because of that, it's so bad. Just disable it, chat. That's rule number 1 when playing high difficulties. Turn off healing arts. When you're playing normal or simple, it's completely fine. You could totally get away with it, but absolutely never in Chaos Mode. You are asking to get God Stomped. Okay, technically I want to go to the north. I forget if there's an herb to the south. I just want to check real quick, because I believe one of these routes requires me to geoboard to get further, and it might be the southern route. So I just want to check here real quick. I don't think I can go this way, but I'm just exploring. Okay, good. This is the place where I need the geoboard. So we are quite far away from the geo tree still, chat. And don't worry, chat. I do promise we will see that dangerous encounter double ogre, which I think is one of the worst dangerous encounters in the game. I have gone into the bonus dungeons in dangerous encountered, and I have not been party wiped like I've been party wiped with double ogre. I have died in bonus dungeon before, but not to the extent of double ogre. Respect them, chat. we're like, we'll come for you later. I'm not sure if I mentioned in this playthrough, but I will let you know, literally the only time I got a game over the first time I played through this game, you know, before we unlocked Chaos and made the game harder on purpose, is I got double ogred. I didn't lose to the bonus final boss. I didn't lose to the improved final boss. I didn't lose to any of the joke fights, but I lost to double ogre. I want you to understand how unfair that fight is. Just, if you even mess up once, you are just instantly dead. There is no recovery from it. You lose. Game over. Oh no, don't worry, chat. We'll get game ogred again on stream. 100%. Like some of the dangerous encounter spellcasters are really rough, but they're like still doable. They're not too bad when you mix them with another enemy type, but oh boy, when you get double ogre. Definitely double the fun, chat. So we're gonna go back to the south just to collect some items. I want to make sure we get herbs in a specific order. Otherwise, I would just be going straight to a ball. So a ball is basically just straight to the east of us. We could literally just go in a straight line and get there. We'll be taking one detour path right before we enter a ball. Although, actually, we need more blast gauge. I guess I'll show off regular ogre, because we've already fought these enemies. I don't want to, like, overfight them, if that makes sense. There's the red herb I was looking for, but I'm going to collect the cat souls first. Make sure there's no chest over here, and indeed there is. So again, I'm going to make sure I collect these herbs in a specific order. I hope I didn't mess it up by taking up the other plants from Stonebury. I hope I did not mess up that order by doing that, but we'll see. Oh, we actually had several red saffrons I haven't used. Well, this is magic defense, so I would like Little Boy to become tankier. Are there any other consumables I didn't consume? Art magic +3? Sure. Speaking of which, what are his stats like at the moment? Oh, godlike. 500 to both, chat? I think he's the... Chat, he is the highest of both physical and magic attack power right now. Oh, I almost Jurassic countered that. That would have been terrible. That would have been beatable, but that would have been terrible. That would have been a waste of time, chat. Living on the edge with those movements. So again, I'm hoping to get not mushrooms from those. I'm hoping to get some crafting supplies. Preferably... If it's going to give me something, topaz or something like that. Or any of the weaker materials. I guess we'll talk about what I did with the enchant disenchant right after we open up this cat chest. Because of course, chat. So I hope you brought a lot of cat souls here if you came here the first time. Otherwise, I feel really bad. Because it is very, very hard to get souls in this area. But we got the Earth Norman outfits for Eleanor. Like, honestly, there's really not even close to enough cat souls. We still have 2 more cats chests to open, by the way. We're actually going to dip below 3,000 for the first time since New Game Plus. I just want you to know.
Can't be. After what I did, when he killed Laffy.
Velvet, are you alright?
Of course I'm all right. I know I'm right. I'm sure of it. This isn't how the village should be.
Well, let's stay calm and investigate.
I am calm. I'm fine. Really.
It didn't seem like that was someone else masquerading as this Nico girl.
But if she's the real thing, then something very unnatural is going on. You get me, Rokuro?
Yeah, we better keep an eye out.
So Velvet's doing well mentally, chat. Oh, look, we got the Geo Tree. I thought it was in the next area, but okay, we got it a little earlier than I thought. We'll use that to go to the north. There should be a Code Red fight very close to us, but I'm gonna make sure to get all the chests. See, she's just concerned about her friend. That is a big beast. Oh, I remember that giving us a little bit of trouble, chat, when we did this in the original playthrough. So this will be interesting. I'm expecting to get hit between 2,000 to 3,000 every time I get hit. Let's do a quick save here, chat. Let's beat this boss and we'll continue with the story.
You're strong.
So Behemoth is a dragon type and also a beast, which is excellent, chat. So if you've been stacking capabilities, we basically have all of those, except I think maybe Fiend. Its defenses are not high, but we have to keep in mind that it will increase its damage with Chain Tackle and Hard Tackle. Or excuse me, just Chain Tackle. One thing that's also kind of annoying is that it reduces its own stun duration. Oh, Charge was the other thing I was thinking of. So see what I mean, chat? Where if you had a lot of physical resistance, there's only one move it does that counts as physical. It's just kind of a weird trait I noticed going through the game. Bosses have surprisingly very elemental attacks.
But I'm stronger.
Better watch your step! Here! Here! I'll help you! Right there!
Oh, its weakness is wind. Oh. Speaking of which... I don't know if I really need Bright Shade there. Let's put, Blessed Drops down. It also lowers... Oh, I didn't realize it lowered Art Defense. Oh, this is way more useful than I thought it was. So I'll show you what Blessed Drops look like, chat. So if the boss touches that at all, it has to block, or it just takes damage. So we could kind of put them out there as traps. Unfortunately, we don't have a good Mystic Art, so we're gonna be here a while, I think, chat. Oh, I tried defensing up myself. There we go. We're getting more meter in case I need to tag swap out, which is not too bad. Hopefully Laphicet gets more souls. I'm a little concerned about Laphicet, chat. I'm gonna swap out Aizen for a little bit, just because I could get meter pretty easily with Velvet. Speaking of which. Yeah, that attack right there. You see that attack, chat? That did 4,000. I know Velvet takes double damage, but that would have done 2,500 plus to us, which would have been pretty insane. So we're just gonna lower the boss's health a little bit here. Hurricane, hurricane, chat. There we go. I actually timed the counter rather than dodge. So I feel like I gave ourselves a decent amount of meter. So we should do okay here, I think. Fortunately, our allies have basically regained their souls, except for Laphicet. He's still kind of playing a little too passively. Let's swap him out or something. There we go. So our goal is to basically just stun the boss at this point, and then I think I could kill it. Oh, it got out. Well, they put Rokuro in, which I'm okay with. Again, Rising Falcon is good on the larger bosses. It's much better than Swallow Dance, because it's more likely to keep the boss locked down. Okay, I should let the combo end, actually. Ooh. Alright, next time I get the chance, I'm just gonna Mystic Art. There we go. This should give us a decent amount of meter. Hurricane, huh, chat? Of course this is just Dragon, chat. This should do a lot of damage because Rokuro has enhanced damage. Oh, we got Aizen. Hopefully that kills the boss. That didn't kill the boss? How far? Oh, come on. It was 200 health away. Oh, man. We would have gotten so much grade from that. Chat, we were off by 200 damage. What a shame. Man, that would have been like 140 grade had we done that. That's a shame. Oh well, none of us died, so we're doing much better on Chaos, I must say. So let's see, we got a little bit of enhancement. We're learning skills a little faster, which is good. Non-elemental power up. See that, chat? I abused Hurricane Thrust, chat, but I actually did other moves as Rokuro. You should be proud of me, chat. I pressed other buttons. So capability versus beasts up, which will actually be kind of important in an upcoming encounter, so I'm glad that we're just going to do more damage against these damage types. So we got the Armory Acetite. Speaking of which, I forgot to take a look at what one we just unlocked a moment ago. So 5 is just initial soul, but there should be one more here. Here it is. Grants a random advantage against demi-humans. That's good. Look at the Misers. We've seen that one before. Oh, I'm in the all. That's why it was being weird. Okay. So we get more capabilities versus. Not too bad. Don't think we've missed any other item in here. We've seen what these do. So +1 initial soul is so good for setting up bosses, chat, because most of the time I just want 3 souls anyway, so I just have a free soul to give to all bosses. So let's check to see if anybody's actually benefiting from it at the moment. Actually, none of us are. That's kind of a shame. I could give this over to Rokuro. So we've mastered the Quartz Pendant, which gives us a lot of art. Not too bad. I could go down to this one if I really want to. How far are we off from the 20? Oh, that's because of our armor. Yeah, that's right. I haven't been leveling our armor at all. That's a shame. The only person that hasn't learned this yet is Velvet. Let's give her the +3. That is a lot of focus. I don't think I really need that much focus, to be honest. So if I had been stacking the damage against stunned foes, chat, like instead of just doing 10%, I would have done 30, and literally that alone would have probably just one-shot the boss. Speaking of which, I don't think there's any more charms to learn from, so we could go ahead and switch over to the Misfortune Charm, which gives a pretty solid damage to Rokuro, so no matter what, this is just a benefit to us. And I'm just double checking if we could take advantage of anything else. I don't think I really want that if I could avoid it. Is there anything that just gives me raw physical? Non-elemental attack power plus 4%. I think that's actually kind of worth it. We do a lot of physical moves. I'm just seeing if we have anything else that gives more strength. The answer appears to be no. Oh, we also unlocked a new belt, but unfortunately this is kind of a downgrade. Oh well. It is what it is, chat. Is there anything else that could be learned? So she's done with the fatigue ward. We'll move her up to force, so she'll get more art defense. Making sure can't learn anything else. Oh, we have a quartz bag. So I'll downgrade Loppy God for a little bit, chat. Just a little bit. Making sure we're not missing anything out there. He still hasn't mastered that. That's a shame. So I think... Oh, they still haven't learned from Battle Boots, really? They're a lot further along than I thought, other than with rings. They're kind of far behind on rings. I'll blame me on that one. Also, nobody's learned from the Force ring, so nobody should be done with rings yet, which looks about right. That's a shame. We got a Force ring from the arena last time, if you're wondering why this one has an enhancement bonus unlocked, so we'll have to level that Force ring at some point. Other than that, I guess we'll go forward for now. Let's do an expedition. Yeah, we'll let him take the downgrade just so he can learn more skills. Because again, the difficulty from the game actually comes from, like, you want to learn more skills, but by doing so, you'll be using weaker equipment, because generally speaking, it's easier to upgrade things like Amber and Calcite, for example, and you might not have enough Topaz. So you just using a +1 weapon versus a +6 weapon is such a huge damage difference compared to losing, like, 10 or 20 attack power. So not only does that not have, like, bonus to stunned foes, but it also is not upgraded, so he will also lose things like Initial Souls and or Blast Gauge. We really, really, really need Blast Gauge, so I'll do a solo troll fight here. Fortunately, we're able to stun lock at the moment, so we're doing pretty well. So now we are in a much better position to one-shot a boss. You don't need too much meter.
I did good, didn't I?
Luffy set apparently got the kill for that. Good job, Luffy set. We'll be seeing good grip, I think, at some point. Oh, I almost walked into that enemy. We'll be seeing good grip at some point with Magilu. That'll naturally come. We don't have to worry about showing that off. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing we could show off. Counter level 2 is kind of difficult with Rokuro. You have to basically counter and then counter again, like in a very short period of time, which doesn't usually happen unless you're fighting a boss. Because if you're fighting normal encounters, they die instantly. Or if they're dangerous encounters, you have a chance of doing so, but it's like, eh. So here we are, chat. We're outside a very familiar location. You might remember we used to meet some rabbits out here, but there seems to be no livestock of any kind around anymore. There should be a red herb up here now, which is absolutely what I want. Physical defense +3. Why, yes, little boy, become tankier. I mean, little boy had all that defense, chat, and he still got one shot. I want you to understand, like, we are a party of glass cannons at the moment, so as long as I'm doing well with momentum, I will win. But if I lose momentum, it might be over. So we'll be doing that risk. So hope you're ready to prepare yourself mentally, chat. I hope you're ready. We're entering a ball.
Velvet! You're really all right.
Oh, thank heavens! It's so good to see you!
Where have you been all this time? You never even wrote!
But I don't. I thought the whole village was wiped out that day.
Yeah, it nearly was.
But just when we thought it was all over, Arthur, Lord Artorias saved us!
No, it was his doing in the first place. He sacrificed Laphicet.
It really was a shame what happened to that poor boy.
That's all you have to say? A shame? My brother Laffy died
I'm sorry. Truly, I am. But you can't lose hope, dear.
He's right. What counts is that your brother's still alive.
He's alive?
He's in your house. Don't worry, we've all pitched in to take care of him.
I don't...
Velvet.
Well,
Velvet. Let's go to your house and see.
Yeah, okay.
well, that was a very big twist. I see Kirk in the chat is very surprised. Oh, Kirk, it is such a wonderful, wonderful series of events. We're gonna go ahead and purchase new items. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, we have a ring we haven't even learned on anybody yet. That kind of sucks. Hopefully we'll get to it eventually, chat. We're just gonna do a very quick walkthrough of enhancements. I'm gonna make sure I'm not just using +0. Yeah, like that is not acceptable. As an example. Ooh, chat, we got a game-changing amount of damage coming up. So this is a lot of art power, and I know we're not getting physical attack from it, but more importantly, it's one of the early accesses to 10% art, and we got it in one enhancement. Oh, beautiful. 10% art on Laphicet is like 50 to 60. So this is really like a 230 booster. It's actually almost higher than Mithril Bag, which is insane. Like, this +1 is better than Mithril Bag. It makes no sense, but it's beautiful. So I'm glad that happened. Again, we're just going to do a very quick walkthrough of our items. So we're going to be in some very interesting fights very soon. Man, everybody's gear is kind of... Not too thrilled with what we're going in with, but I think I'm gonna have to live with it, chat. I'll at least give a +2. But yeah, our weapons are looking very weak. Like, the fact that we're only using a +2 is terrible. This is gonna be fun, chat. I'm gonna be using this for a while, so let's save that. Let's talk to the villagers before we go anywhere else. Actually, chat, you might have noticed, we're not allowed to go back to the temple path. Let's start there, and then we'll work our way to the south. And chat, I have a little game for you, for people that have not seen it before. Try to figure out the differences between what we saw in the past and the present. And we'll listen to the dialogue that the villagers have to say. And let me know if you see something out of place, odd, missing. Just let me know, chat. Just let me know your thoughts as you go through. I'm just curious. I will not say anything, because I know what the differences are, but I want you to figure it out, chat. The villager says, I'd stay out of Tranquil Woods if I were you. Why's that? The rain has caused a lot of landslides. The road isn't there anymore. We need to make a new road, and when we do, we'll be counting on you. Or counting on your help. I'd be glad to. So they're saying the road is out, so we can't go to the north. More importantly, chat, we're gonna get that red sage, because yes, please. Again, I love going here for herbs. This area has so many herbs, chat. It's actually crazy. Let's see. Let's go to him first. Youth says, if you were alive the whole time, why didn't you send word? Where were you and what were you up to? Leave her be. She's back home. That's all that matters now. Hello, general store owner. We talked to you in the past. There'll be plenty of time to catch up later. Go on home and see Laphicet. Just take a little look around here. See some books for sale. Let's talk to Villager. I wanted to talk to Nico, but Villager is sucking us into the conversation. Welcome back, Velvet. I can't express how happy I am to see you safe. Celica must be watching over you. There we go. Now we're talking to Nico. Velvet, Laufey said is... just go and see him. Sounds a little distressing. So we're seeing a lot of rat pigs and the chickens together. So this is the first time we're really seeing livestock. Odorless fluid is there. The children are over here. Look, there's a cat, chat. Little cat there. Girl says, we miss you, Velvet. Look, Atheliana became a mother while you were gone. This little kitten is known as Athelanina. Oh no. It's Kalilica all over again, chat. There's just extra LIs and INs. Both cats meow. Boy says, hey, it's Velvet. I haven't seen you since I was a kid. Well, you're still kind of a kid. Oh, there's also a cat up there. Those are the two cats. So we got a little kid. Oh, patty cake that wall, mister. Patty cake it. Yes. Okay, so... We've seen some of these people, but we haven't had a chance to talk with them. Maybe in the future we'll get a chance.
Laufey's alive?
What's wrong?
Well, that didn't break it.
Next time you suspect an illusory art, test out your theory on yourself.
You think we're all seeing an illusion?
It's possible. It wouldn't be the first time.
But an entire village? That shouldn't be possible. Shouldn't be, no.
How do we approach this? Try to break it apart at the seams somehow?
No. For now, we and our enemies share the same goal. Come on. Help me look for the Therian.
Sure.
I think I'll stick with Velvet.
I won't stop you.
Keep a close eye on her. I don't think she's entirely right in the head at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dog there, chat. Villager says, Velvet, is that really you? You're alive. I'm so glad Nico was right all along. Have you seen Laufey said? He's been waiting for you. Oh, chat, Laufey said's waiting for us. How nice. We could talk to these people from the past, but they don't have anything to say at the moment. We'll be coming out at some point again. Don't worry, chat. Oh, there's the Geo tree. That's new, chat. Speaking of which, what happens if we come over to the grave? Oh no, we got cutscenes so hard.
My home. It hasn't changed a bit.
We need to be careful, Velvet. Eisen thinks this could be a trap.
You think Nico and everyone are being controlled?
I don't know. It's just...
You think it could be Melchior's doing. But even so... It's not going to work on me.
You're insane. People can fight against pain, but...
I won't be deceived by this.
You'll open your wound.
Also, she's not supposed to have mittens there.
You're warm. Laufey, you're really alive. Laufey?
He's been asleep. Ever since that day. I found him at the shrine. Collapsed on the ground. His wounds healed, but he's never woken up.
If he's still alive, that's all that matters. I'll find a way to wake you again, Laufey. I swear I will. We'll be together. I still have to thank you for this comb after all.
So that's where Velvet's comb came from.
Did Lord Artorius really try to sacrifice such a defenseless child?
What's wrong, Laphicet? You don't look like your usual perky self.
I'm okay. I'm just glad Velvet's all right.
What? Your name is Laphicet too? What a weird coincidence!
Yeah.
Coincidence, chat.
Hey, sorry about all that, you guys.
Don't worry about it. What are we going to do now?
If it were me, I'd make Laphicet something he really likes for dinner tonight. He can handle soup. Maybe he'll notice the smell of your cooking and it'll wake him up.
Yeah, maybe I should. Would you watch after him while I go buy what I need?
Of course. I am at your beck and call.
Is there anything I can do to help too?
Yes, please. I'll need you to be my taste tester.
So there we go, chat. We're having a very sweet moment. The crook is asking if the costume adds in snow.
First, I'm going to whip up my special quiche. And then I'll throw in tomato and egg soup. And some pudding.
I didn't even know your face had smile muscles.
And no, the costume does not add the snow.
I wonder if they've located the Therian.
Let's just leave that to them.
You're not curious?
Of course I am, but for right now, I want to stay close to Velvet. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Something more important than finding the Therian?
Yeah. My stomach is twisted, and I've got a chill up my spine. I'm really scared.
Very well. I trust your feelings. We'll leave the Therian to Rokuro and Aizen, and stay with Velvet then.
Thanks, Eleanor.
Magilu, what will you do?
Whatever I feel like.
I shouldn't have asked.
Thanks anyway, Magilu.
Are you sure you're doing the right thing? In the end, whatever happens, happens. Wiser words never spoken, right?
Kirk in the chat thinks it's an illusion. So they're trying Pain to knock out the illusion, and that does not seem to be doing anything. So fortunately, Little Boy is still able to get upgraded. So let's upgrade Little Boy for more attack power.
Magicazam!
Magicazam, chat. I wanted to approach the graves. So I'm going to draw attention to the grave yet again, because this may or may not be a future plot point. So it says, beside a grave marker for Arthur and Celica's unborn child stands the gravestone of Velvet's parents and her sister Celica. Inscribed upon the tiny pillar are the following words. This little life will spread its wings and soar through the skies. Oh, there it is, chat. What we're really looking for. That's one of the new additions. Hello, Cat Chest. We got absolutely nothing, and we're almost below 3k. So I think this whole venture has cost us almost 3,200 souls already, chat. And we still have other locations to get cat chests. So I really, really hope you brought cat souls for this area, because it is serious business. Now, we could go straight to the plot, but there is no sense in doing that, chat, because we have to get a better understanding of what's happening in the village. So we'll start by talking to this woman. She says, Velvet, you will be living here again, right? We'll do whatever we can to help out with Laphicet. Thanks, it means a lot. Not to change the subject, but have you gotten sexier since you were gone? Oh, see, my brain auto-corrected that. Have you got sexier? Oh, subtitles. Young woman says, oh, come on, you creep. Oops, I reversed the voices in my head, but that's fine. That's not something you should just ask somebody anyway. Hello, Laphie's friend. I pray every day that Laphicet wakes up again soon. Laphicet talks in his sleep sometimes. He says things like, please, be safe, sis. And now his sister is back home. I'm sure he'll recover in no time. Velvet says, yeah, me too. See, chat, things are just going so well. Oh, look, the animals are out. Villager says, it's been a while, Velvet. I've really grown up since the last time you saw me, right? I'm a whole inch taller now. Wow, look at how tall you've gotten. What do you have to say, man? Or villager? Hooray, Velvet's back. Let's roast the whole rat pig and celebrate. That's just cruel.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, Velvet? I wanted to apologize to you for ages now.
Apologize? What for?
That business with Arthur. Back then, I said he seemed like a fraud. I know you took it pretty hard, but if he wasn't there 3 years ago, our village would have been destroyed. I'm sorry I doubted him.
I didn't trust him then either. I only realized how amazing of a person he was when he saved all of our lives. I'm ashamed of myself. All this time we've been feeling terrible, thinking we may have driven you to leave the village. Please, forgive us.
That's not... I didn't...
Where have you been these past 3 years? It must have been tough living on your own, without any family to help you. Sorry, you don't have to talk about it if it hurts. But if you ever feel like talking, we're here for you.
I know we can't make up for all the pain we put you through, but if there's anything we can do, just ask. And if you'd like, you're always welcome to come back. The whole village would welcome you with open arms.
The village seems to be very accepting of us. The realistic man says, if you need a hand with anything, let me know. It's no bother, honest. That's right. A ball will always be your hometown. Well, we're gonna try to avoid the plot, so I'm gonna circle around just in case. Oh, you can see Rokuro and Aizen are chatable. I don't think the store reset. Yeah, not really. What do you have to say about this Rokuro, who is still in the costume we gave him? It says, it's a nice, peaceful village. At first glance, anyway. Aizen says, do what you need to do. We'll be fine on our own. Sure. Hello, young mother. Velvet, you're back. Look, I've got another baby. Hey, look, Chad, another dog. Oh, a boy this time? Yeah, doesn't he look strong? Velvet, I'm getting married next month. You came back just at the right time. Promise you'll come to my wedding? Really? I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Velvet! It's been forever! Great to see you. You haven't changed a whit.
What do you mean by that?
Have you seen Nico yet?
I have.
She's as full of life as she always was, right? Come to think of it, nothing's really changed much, has it?
I suppose not. By the way, how are Orthy and Russ doing?
Those pups haven't changed a whit either. They saw a guy with a big sword walking with a dour-eyed fellow in black. They freaked out and hightailed it.
That would be Rokuro and Aizen.
Those dogs are as cowardly as always.
So, what part of Velvet hasn't changed a whit?
She doesn't have any makeup on?
Uh-huh.
Jovial Youth says, oh goodness, I'm so very glad you're safe, Velvet. It was worth staying single all this time. Oh, there's the old lady we got a warning from previously.
The coming of the Malakim are a gift from the Empyreans, a reward for our repentance and our renewed prayers. The Malakim are our blades against the demons, and the exorcists the hands that wield them. Humanity's hope.
You never change. Want me to take you home this time?
No! Don't treat me like I'm senile!
Okay.
Oh! It's you, Velvet. Be careful when fighting prickle boars.
If they charge you, punch them in the nose, right?
No! Throw sand in their eyes!
Sand in the eyes. Got it.
You finally started listening to me. You're 16. You've really grown.
Yeah.
16? But aren't you 19?
Leave her be.
What else does she have to say? You always did look out for me, dear. Your brother is a good boy. He'll be just fine. Never let go of hope, Velvet. I won't, and thanks. Let's do a little bit of surfing. I want to make sure I didn't miss a dialogue back at the main house. Just to see what happens if you try entering the house. Chad, you always gotta carry around the pocket sand. You never know. You just have to throw it in somebody's face. Let's see. I didn't talk to Nico, so let's get a little more backstory with her. She says, I'll watch over Laphicet for a while. Go ahead and buy something for dinner, alright? What happens if we investigate Laphicet? Lots of sleeping. Hang in there, Laphi. Chat. There's an oddly colored book on the bookshelf. I'm sure this isn't important to notice. Let's get the quartz fragment, which is an amazing find because we need so many quartz fragments. And away we go, chat. Let's go this way. We're gonna try to avoid the plot for as long as possible. Oh, speaking of which, I didn't talk to any of these two people. Villager says, Nico never stopped believing that you were alive somewhere out there. Ever since that day, she's been going to Taliesin every week to ask if anyone's seen you. Friends like that don't come around often. Okay, that kind of syncs up with what we heard in Taliesin. Villager says, defending the village is harder than ever, which makes your return all the more welcome. You're tougher and more reliable than the average man, after all. So right now we're not allowed to leave the village, so let's make a sharp turn and see what these two have to say.
Between the cold, the famine, and the demon blight, there were times I thought the world was done for. But over the past 3 years, I've stopped worrying.
I know we're overly reliant on Arthur and the Exorcists, but this village has changed. The Exorcists taught us that there are things the demons hate. We can't defeat them, but we can keep them away.
It's peaceful now. The Exorcists stop by on patrol every now and then. We haven't had a case of demon blight since what happened to your sister was horrible. But you and Laphicet should try to move on. Make the most of your lives.
I hope he wakes up soon.
I'm sure he will.
Well, we are done with the side quests, and we can do another shipping expedition. We're already almost capped on meals, chat. That's why it's important to burn them a lot, because you get a lot more ingredients than you think you do. Because just think about it, chat. We reduced it to what, like 30 and 40, I think, respectively, and we're back up to 62 already. Owner says, I'm sure a lot's happened to you since you disappeared. But as long as you're back safe, that's what counts. You should probably get some rest. Your friends are welcome here too, of course. We don't have a lot, but feel free to stay as long as you like. See, chat, they just want us to stay. So this is a nice village. Oh, I didn't even notice the bird figurines. I don't think I've ever observed what those were at like any of the times I've played. Let's take a look at what's on these. Oh, I made the table phase out of existence. I was gonna say, some of those necklaces remind me of Ys, in particular the far right one, when I'm not making the table phase from reality.
Hey, could I get some eggs, milk, spinach, and tomatoes? And I'd love to know what cheese you'd recommend too.
You got it. And in celebration of your homecoming, I won't even charge. With you cooking up a feast like that, I'm sure Laphicet will wake up straight away.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
You're getting spinach? I can't really handle it myself.
You'll never grow up strong if you don't eat your spinach, young lady.
I've done just fine without it so far, thank you.
Oh, if you insist. I'll leave it out just this once.
Wow, Velvet, you must be special. Not many folks get to be friends with an exorcist.
She's not my friend.
The way you two bicker, I find that hard to believe.
Oh yeah, do you have any prickle boar?
Oh, I'm sorry to say that I'm out at the moment.
That's fine. I'll hunt some up myself in the tranquil woods. Just like old times.
Actually, there haven't been any prickle boars there lately. You should try the Morgana Woods instead.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the tip. Alrighty, to the Morgana Woods to hunt some prickle boars.
Yeah, sure.
Talked to the general store owner one time before we take a look at the skit. Says, once Laphicet is better, you'll be back to your old life. Don't you worry, that boy has a strong spirit. He'll wake up before too long. I'll make a comment after we listen to this skit.
You don't like spinach, right, Eleanor?
Well, you know, I just... All right, it's true, but keep that between us, okay?
Velvet really seemed to be enjoying herself at the shop.
Quite. And she can really pick out a nice balance of foods while making every gulp count. She seems so cheerful and carefree.
That's the real Velvet. I'm sure of it.
Yes. An ordinary, dutiful, loving sister.
I wish she could have stayed that way. She could have lived a happy life, surrounded by her friends.
Just plain Velvet Crow, sister to Lord Artorias.
And maybe not Lord Artorias, but just plain Arthur.
A happy, ordinary life for an ordinary girl, with a kind family and supportive friends.
Chad is observing her voice as well as her countenance is going back to how she was at the very beginning of the game. Which which I'm sure some people in the chat might find creepy after listening to Angry Velvet this long. But everything's fine, chat. We're just gonna go outside and hunt some prickle boar, just like the beginning of the game, chat. Although they said that we're not allowed to go to the northern portion of the woods because there's no prickle boar there, so we have no reason to go there, chat. So we're just gonna continue along our way. We're gonna look for some prickle boar. So we're doing pretty good blast gauge wise. Aizen and Rokuro are not in the party, so we do not have the ability to tag swap. So we definitely do not want to get into any dangerous encounters.
We're looking for prickle boars. Keep your eyes on the thickets.
Not getting too lucky with some drops, but I'm glad we got that quartz fragment earlier, chat, because that does help a lot. That's the difference between a gear being +0 and +1, which is kind of important, because it might grant us an extra ability. Well, I see the prickle boars kind of mixed in with the other enemies, but we're gonna try to ignore them.
I'm extra good at beating up the weak ones. I'll help you. It's over, right?
Get that 5 experience, chat. We destroyed that prickle boar. So if we take a look at the map, there's 2 more prickle boar locations we have to go to.
We keep this up and who knows how many we'll bring home.
So we're doing pretty good. I mean, Kirk, maybe the road is just closed. That's what they told us. They wouldn't have a reason to lie to us, would they, Kirk? Hello, Prickle Boar. You're kind of in a terrible position.
I'll show you the beauty of my spear.
So I'm going to take advantage of these relatively easy fights to get a little more blast gauge. So as you can see, we've maxed Velvet even though she's not even playing. We're not playing as her anyway. So I think we'll be set up for the future. Because the other party members, we did barely build up their blast gauge. Oops. I went the wrong way. So they will respawn, but we just need a set amount of prickle boar. It's fine.
We can do this.
So Eleanor is the only one not maxed.
I'm not one to go easy.
Okay, this should be enough. Huh? What's wrong?
Nothing. I just feel a little sorry for them is all.
I hear you. These prickle boars might have all been family. People can be so heartless.
Yeah, I'd forgotten this feeling. But what can you do? At the end of the day, we have to eat just as much as they do.
Yes, what can you do in this situation indeed?
Luffy's waiting for us. We should run on home now.
Luffy.
So we did manage to consume some meals while we did that. So for some really easy fights, it's not a bad way to get our cooking up. And again, we have most characters almost at level 20. So we're doing fantastic when it comes to that kind of management. Kirk wants to shake Magilu, apparently. So Kirk is observing that Magilu has been kind of odd with some of her dialogue. So there's a couple of very ambiguous statements she's been making, actually as far back as Taliesin.
Shopping, hunting, laughing with friends? That was how her life used to be, wasn't it?
Yes, it reminds me of my own past.
Huh? But wasn't your village... I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. The happy times I shared with my family, I still treasure those memories. And even after the attack, I've still been able to find happiness. Eating a good meal, making new friends.
And falling in love?
Yes, falling in...
Love?
Look what you made me say, Bienfu!
There's nothing to be ashamed of. Most every girl's happiest memories are of her first love, after all. Don't you think there was someone special out there Velvet had feelings for? A first love? Do you really think so?
That's enough of that talk, Bienfu. You sound like an old man.
No! I'm only 150 years old and already being treated like an old man!
But still, I would like to meet the guy Velvet first fell for.
I wouldn't.
I see. You're a guy.
Oh, Eleanor. Making Laphicet jealous. Gotta look out for those negative emotions, chat. And now we learn the age of Bienfu, kind of randomly. 150. I mean, presumably the Norman do live for extremely long periods of time. Let's go back in the village, chat. I think we're ready. Hey, look, chat, it's getting a little darker. Yeah, we can see like a little dust in the air. Guess we'll observe that. Let's see, we fought enough times, we should be able to purchase more. Oh, we're almost at rank 13. Excellent. We might get it just from purchasing items. A new talisman, nice. Oh, we could finally buy Pumper Upper for the first time. So chat, just think about it this way. We got Pumper Upper at like almost the beginning of the game, and this is the first time you could purchase it in the store. Like, just think about how many hours ago that was. Like, that was back when we first had Aizen with Pumper Upper. We just got the ability to purchase it now. Ooh, we are so close to getting that upgrade, chat. So close. I'm just doing a real quick look through. Oh, we'll leave this mostly as is, I think. Oh, we got a new item here. Let me make sure to upgrade that. Ooh. So she got a new weapon, so we should probably switch her over to that. Focus up after inflicting fatigue, not a bad thing to retrieve. I think we did okay there. I'll just do a quick scan to make sure we're not missing any items. Again, we're very, very low on quartz. Just because we haven't gotten many items for it. We had a decent amount of topaz, but getting things up to +6 did remove it. So let's go ahead and switch it up to this. So she'll lose a little magic attack power, which is a shame. But if we take control of her, she should be pretty powerful. Plus her damage against stunned foes is up, which should actually just overall increase her mystic art damage, which is all we're really interested in at the moment anyway. I'm just double checking that we don't have anything new to learn. Wow, look at that art difference, chat. Just switching from this to this is 80, whereas Mithril Bag +6 doesn't even hit 700 still. So Topaz is a lot easier to get than Mithril, although I think just because we had New Game Plus, we had more materials. So we're just going to do a quick look around the town. So we'll start with the place that they didn't want us to go. Okay, nothing reset there. I did see new dialogue over here, so let's talk to this guy. Villager says, Velvet, I'm really sorry. I spoke ill of you and your family. We were wrong. You have it in your heart to forgive us. Please, it's fine. It's all in the past. I searched for a doctor that might be able to cure Laphicet. A very skilled one is supposed to come from the capital to take a look at him. I'm sure he'll wake up soon, I just know it. And when he does, I'll apologize to him too. Yeah. Oh, the general store owner has something to say. Let's speak to him again, chat. All in the past, chat. Says, looks like your hunt went excellently. You always were the best prickle-boar stalker out there. See, chat, we're just getting into the swings of things like we used to. No new dialogue there, but we'll take the cat souls. We're gonna start running up a deficit. What do you have to say, villager? We should hold a homecoming party for you. The whole village can celebrate together. That's a lovely idea, but don't be shy. We'd all enjoy it. If you want to pitch in, you could whip up something for everyone to eat. A lot of something to eat. Well, I can't guarantee it'll taste good. Let's go ahead and get those cat souls since we're right there, chat. So I'm gonna open a question to the chat. Maybe the chat has picked up on it, but there are actually characters that we met in the first part of the game that we still have not seen And I'll leave it as an open statement. Chat, can you figure out who's missing? Mostly talking to Kirk at the moment, since he has not seen the game before. Nosy Woman says, by the way, Velvet, you came with a dark-haired man and a man in black coat. So which one's the lucky fellow? What? It's not like that at all. Let's go this way. Yeah, we gotta cook the quiche, chat. We're getting really close to cooking the quiche.
Heard the news about your brother. I'm happy for you.
So, what's your plan now?
You guys were snooping around the village.
Yeah, we wanted to check out that shrine too, but we got stopped. Apparently, the Abbey's designated it off-limits. If there's a Therian around, it's probably there.
I'm going to draw it out. If this is a trap, things may turn violent. Either way, this place is about to get a lot less tranquil.
The same as everywhere else I've been.
You can quit here if you like, but I'm going to keep on fighting the Abbey.
And if I try to stop you, you'll insist, I presume.
Velvet, no!
I'll give you 1 day. Once you've made up your mind, come meet me at the Cape.
I'm with him. How tomorrow shakes out depends on what you decide, Velvet.
Your hand... It's...
As you can see, I'm a demon. 3 years ago, I was the one who attacked this village and...
I don't want to hear it! Demon, or no demon, you're still you. Okay, so you're scary. I'll get used to it. I promise, I'll keep it a secret. Let's just live here in the village like we used to, okay? You, me, and everyone else.
Nico.
That was rather good, Velvet. Yeah. Laphicet gets a gold star for being such a good taste tester, too!
Tomorrow, I'll fix you up a nice stew.
That book we saw earlier, chat.
Is this? It's the original copy of the book on Enominat. And all the pages are here. Velvet.
Hey, Fee. Can I borrow your compass real quick? I'll give it right back. Please?
All right.
He really wanted a compass, more than anything else. Just like you, he loved to stare out at the sea, wondering what's on the other side. He wanted to go adventuring someday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I bet once he wakes up, you two will be really good friends.
So, this is what your life used to be like before everything happened, huh?
What's gotten into you? Maybe I made the pudding a little too sweet.
Velvet, how do you know what it tastes like?
I think I'll get myself some shut-eye.
But what are you going to do about tomorrow?
Magilu, are there arts that let the caster manipulate dreams?
Huh? Dreams? Why?
There is, yes, an art that requires a certain type of Moloch. It envelops you in a fog and reads your regrets, then traps you in a happy dream.
An art that reads your regrets and shows you happiness. I'm going to the Cape.
Now? What on earth's gotten into you?
Velvet.
Velvet!
Don't go. Stay here. Stay with me.
This is Fee's compass. I'm sorry, Laffy.
No, don't. Wait. Velvet, wait. Don't leave me here.
Oh, we gained a new recipe. Crow's special quiche recipe. Look at that, chat. We're doing well. We did learn how to cook the quiche. See that, chat?
Is this what Magilu was talking about?
We're going to the Cape Shrine. It's time to drag out the Therian.
So we're gonna go to the probably not so tranquil woods. Things are looking a little different, chat. The village is looking very different now, you must say. Hey, look, all the villagers are here. It's true, we have the quiche. It's over.
Velvet!
There you are.
Velvet, you have to stop your friends. They keep saying they're going to the Cape, and they just won't listen.
The Abbey's forbidden anyone from going inside. We'll all be punished if anyone breaks the rules.
I hate to say it, Nico, but I think I'm a terrible person. I really thought I could have my old life back again, and I could forget everything else. I tried to act like I was doing it for Laffy, but it was all for myself. But I can't forget. I shouldn't forget. Laffy is dead. He was murdered without even knowing why. I will never forgive that. Ever! So get out of my way. If you don't, I'll devour you again!
Velvet. Why?
Why must you do this? There we go. The truth at last!
Ridiculous! Out of my way! Color me surprised. I didn't think you'd actually tough it out. What are you talking about? Focus on the monsters, sweetie pie.
I won't go easy on you!
I'll finish this! Good. You're wide open! Bird! No escape! You're wide open! Bird! Pressure! No escape! You're wide open! Bird! No escape!
Yeah, I really like the music crescendo into the fight. I think that was a good touch. So now we have people with a ton of meter, so we should be good for the next fight.
This way! The shrine's through these woods!
Hey, mind telling me what the hell's going on?
It's a trap. Trap, trap, trap. Our enemy spun an illusion based on Velvet's dreams.
That's a nasty little art.
But Velvet saw through it all?
She did. But even if it's all a dream, such brutality on her part.
Velvet's always been our brutal poodle. But to shake off the dream by herself, now that's something. The boundary between dreams and reality is demarcated solely by one's own heart. What? I'm saying she's wowie zowie cool beans. Come on, we gotta hurry.
Gain a title level Master of Round 1 Knockout. We apparently had oh, maybe because we got the prickle board kills, we got the quick victory one. which is just winning in just only a couple of seconds. Which, to be fair, we destroyed those prickle boar. Also, this is one of the ones that gives you an increased power of arts based off of usage, so that's not too bad. But I feel like overall, if you're just looking for the best one, it's still probably going to be... this one. Because these ones have, increase with combo will scale more than the power level of the other one. But we'll leave it on this one, because I just want his effect rate up. For now.
It was all a dream. Hell, even if it wasn't, I won't turn back!
Ooh, a new enemy type. How are we doing on Blast Gauge? Most excellent. The only person that doesn't have any meter is Rokuro. We'll ignore fighting that creature, because we could fight one towards the exit, I think, without too many repercussions. Yeah. Here, chat, is yet another chance to get a red herb. As I said before, excellent place for herbs. Let's give it to little boy. I'm gonna get a Geotree for the first time, so that's kind of nice. So we can actually surf across this gap. We couldn't do this the first time we were in a ball. Let's go ahead and get that chest. Hopefully it's quartz. We got apple gel. It's not a good item, chat. As you can see from my not using it ever, it's kind of meaningless in this game. I feel like most healing items are kind of useless in this game. Usually life bottles are still okay, in case you get one shot on chaos, but everything else is just kind of Little boy's gonna punch the rock, so we unlock a shortcut for later. We'll check that out in a little bit, I think. Let's save here. Oh, speaking of which, we didn't actually get in a fight with the other creature. Let's go backwards slightly, chat. I thought there would be a skeleton mage right there, but instead a bird was there. Oh. Oh, we still got it. Oh, I actually countered the mage. Okay, as long as we get to fight the mage once. They have, like, decently quick spells. We have to be careful, because Crown Fire does juggle you.
No, I can't die here.
Did Velvet really die, chat? She had all that meter. How do you die with 5 souls and all that meter? That shouldn't even be possible. Chat, I think we can all agree. How do you die as Velvet? Like, she better be the last character every time. Anyway, we have to rebuild Velvet's meter, unfortunately. So we're gonna do our best. Okay, we're almost at 3 meters, so that's not too bad. There we go. And now we have 3 meter for the boss fight, which is good enough. We'll get probably 1 or 2 meter just in the boss fight leading up to the combo.
It was a close one, but I am the victor.
Velvet AI is so bad, chat. It's so bad. Like, it just... I don't know what it... Like, I don't know what it is specifically with Velvet, but she just cannot... She just can't.
If I'm in this...
I don't even have to be more specific. She just can't. She just dies for no reason all the time. So, when in doubt, if you're not going to play her, because she's extremely overpowered, don't let the AI take control. She'll die for no reason. She literally has a mechanic to ignore death, and the game just refuses to use it. I don't know, chat. This is weird. I think every other character works pretty well, especially if you put them as spellcasters. Just not her. Hey, look, a 2-headed dog, chat. Therian Orthis. Wonder if that name sounds kind of familiar. So this thing is the Beast Fiend, weak to wind, so it's weak to Hurricane Thrust. That's unfortunate for this boss. Elemental attuned Glaciate. And notice again, chat, that this boss does almost nothing but elemental strikes. Only 2 physical moves. Souls will not be reduced below 3 when taking damage. Actually, this is good news for us, because we don't want the boss to get low on souls. It also means we can't get as many souls back from it. So we have to break soul it right now so that we could get a soul later. So why don't we do that?
Wait, I know you. Nico's dogs!
He's weak to the hurricane, chat. Next time we get a weakness combo, I'm gonna try to finish the boss. Unfortunately... There we go. Unfortunately, I'm not at 3 souls, which is kind of annoying. Also, it's something Velvet, which is kind of concerning. Really prefer they don't do that. So it's weak to wind. Keep that in mind. Ooh, we got a stun. Look at the damage! Look at the damage, chat! Oh my gosh, we're gonna delete this boss. Say goodbye to the boss, chat. It's over. I got the weakness combo. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, the damage. It's already dead! Chat, we're gonna keep going. This boss is done. Oh my gosh. Game over. And that's why Velvet is broken.
Sorry, pups. You're coming with me.
Velvet!
It's okay. I killed their owner. I deserve all their hate. And then some. But not now. Understand? Once I get my revenge, you can tear me apart if you like. I promise. Until then, I'll need your help.
Guess the art finally evaporated.
The book. It disappeared.
What book?
I found a copy of the ancient book with every page still intact. It was in Velvet's house.
Artorias' book!
The real one might still be there. We should go back to Velvet's house to search for it.
Ooh. Chat, that boss got dunked on. So we got a new move, Grounding Strike. Everybody leveled. That was the most impressive combo. So goodbye, boss. So we got 66th grade. We defeated it with Mystic Arts, which gives us a little extra. And fortunately, we got a upgrade to Rokuro's Mystic Art, which hopefully we'll see soon. Again, it requires a little bit of setup for it. But Velvet's title basically let us do more damage based off our combo. And keep in mind, when the enemy is stunned, you get the stun bonus. And then it also stacks the weakness bonus. And then on top of that, Velvet's Mystic Art damage is increased by the amount of stars we have. And she's mastered it, so she adds 50% power. So if you're wondering why that boss was deleted, that title is very broken when it stacks with all the other multipliers. So the first person that hits during the stun basically just does so much damage, and we'll just delete a boss. So we had Velvet just delete a boss. I think she alone did like 60,000 and a 90,000 combo. Only Rokuro can kind of compete with that, but he didn't use his level 2, so he didn't do as much damage because he didn't have it yet. So Rokuro got more attack power, that's great. We now do more against beasts, which is unfair because we didn't even have that mastered apparently. And just everything's improving. Let's do Get That Book, chat.
That was one hell of an illusion. I have to admire the skill that went into its construction.
The caster probably has a tethered Moloch with a unique power on the same level as my Reaper's curse. I can think of one person who would lay such a wicked trap.
Still, we may have a new clue to the nature of Innominat. You found Innominat's book, right, Laphicet?
Yeah, in Velvet's house.
Then let's hurry to Velvet's house.
So again, we're getting a lot of cooking out of the way. Now, this fight might be a little difficult with our current blast gauge. Like, we got a decent amount back for beating it. But we should probably deal with that code red. Also, I want to make sure we surf along here, because as I said before, chat, there are a lot of red herbs. Like, a lot of red herbs. So if you want to come here, I kind of like strolling from Ellison all the way to here, because there's just so many to pick up in one shot, and all of them are red herbs. Now, you might be wondering, you know, what else are we missing out here? So we can see the giant pit. Don't worry, chat. We'll be interacting with that at some point. But we want to make sure to check around here, because I'm pretty sure the cat's chest is back here. Because of course, chat. There it is. Oh, we're barely above 3,000. We got a left earring. So again, technically we don't have to spend any more cat souls, but for the sake of the playthrough, I'll show you where all the cat chests are. Because we've already unlocked all the accessories, I'm pretty sure. The only one that was mandatory we get in this run was the invitation, which we already got. Let's also get a nice little shiny right here. And let's go fight this boss. And then we'll take a look at all of our glaze sight. So it has mirrored glaze sight. Recovers 50% of the damage you take. So this boss could take a while if we get unlucky. This is actually a boss with a lot of physical strikes. I'm kind of surprised. It's kind of mixing it up. See, because I remember this boss being more of a spellcaster. But apparently has a lot of physical moves.
I think we have a chance.
Oh, if I could just get the stun right now. Oh, I just got it. Oh, wow, the stun and the weakness only did that much damage? That's not good. We're gonna avoid its crawl on the ground attack, because that does hurt us quite a bit. So what's kind of nice about Lunar Cyclone is that it will auto-stand an enemy, so I'm not too afraid to end with Megasonic Thrust. I guess that's kind of the good news about that move. So we're doing a lot of hits to this thing. Unfortunately, we can't really hit Fiend by ourselves, so unless Rokuro's here, don't think we're going to hit the other ones as easily. I'm going to guard a little bit just to get a extra move on the enemy. This boss, as you can see, has a ton of health, but we're getting a lot of meter off of him. Oh, we actually got the full combo there. It ran out of stun. Darn, I would have kept going. We actually had a big damage there. I think it just got unstunned. Ooh. I swapped to the wrong target for that, but I'm glad we didn't get punished. Again, that crawling on the ground attack does a lot of damage, so if we're not Velvet, we could potentially just instantly die to it, but because we are Velvet, we don't have a lot to fear. As you can see, the spells and everything else is basically just unlocking the boss. We don't have too much to worry about. As long as I dodge that attack, we should be okay. Or if I'm in Velvet's Therian mode, we should be okay. See the chat is very judgmental about the enemy looks. Ooh, we got a level 2. Let's go for the kill. I'm not sure if the next person in line has a Mystic Art, though. They don't. Darn. That's a shame.
When I'm this close, I won't miss. Form 0.
There we go. We give it to Rokuro for extra grade, chat. We wanted the grade. I had a feeling we wouldn't get experience, but we did it for the grade. Also, I think I forgot to swap some items out, but that's a shame. Oh well, at least we can say we mastered basically everything in one shot. So let's go ahead and just equip our best items. Move on to Topaz for more art, I suppose. Oh, that makes him tankier. That's good. And I don't really have a reason to swap out Little Boy from this, because he's just got so many stats. Ooh, could give him Fatigue Ward, which he hasn't learned yet. Sure, extra focus, so Little Boy does status effects more often? Yes, please. Let's see. We learned a new ability, which gives attack power, this would be my preferred item if I was maining Magilu, because I don't usually prefer to play as the spellcaster. Not that spells are bad in this game, but Let's swap out items. And then from there, I'm gonna give myself... Or there's other shoes she hasn't learned, like a topaz boots. So Velvet actually finished that, so let me do that. So we'll give her more focus, because her focus is some of the worst in the game. So almost mastered everything, chat. So close. Not sure if we have anything that gives more magic attack power. Oh, this does. Ooh, this one gives a potentially 7% extra magic. So this is kind of worth it to us. I'm gonna switch to that one. Again, she's being used as a spellcaster. We're gonna try to get this out of the way. Man, Magilu didn't learn that yet? That's a shame. So I think we're good to go so far. So he's mastered the topaz boots. Is there anything else he hasn't mastered? Like one of the basic boots down here? Like, are they done with these boots? No, they're still not quite done. But I can take military hike for now. So he's done with poison ward. He doesn't need fatigue ward, so he could go straight to force ring. Let's give him more arc defense. Excellent chat. No new armors. Ooh, a new pendant. Okay, we'll take that for now. And I don't think there's any other equipment there for us, so that's not too bad. Ooh, I would love Rokuro to not have as much focus, because again, we don't care about his focus at all. He just wants raw attack power. Ooh, we got a new talisman. So we can learn from that for now, just improve him over time. Just making sure he has no armors he needs. He still hasn't mastered the Flame Ward, man. He's very far behind comparatively. The Runner's High will be here. So we'll get 30% art defense when low in health, which is not really useful on her, but we'll learn it just to learn it. Hey, capability versus beast plus 12%. Now that is an excellent item. Plus it gives us more attack power, so that is definitely going to help us with boss fights. I might keep her focus up that high. We'll leave it there for now. I'm basically looking for our most attack-giving weapon, and it seems we're using the Amphibial Blade for that. So I think we're good to go, chat. Yeah, see, we just have Laphicet and basically Magilu just having this duration of stun up, because I want them to stunlock foes. And technically we have Eleanor as like a backup comboer, because she does a lot of damage with melee as well as magic, so having both there is not too bad. Her spells are also more on the expensive end, so reducing their costs is kind of important. So there we go, chat. We had really good boss fights today. So I'm happy with how it turned out so far. We'll pick up more cat souls. We'll pick up the last herb here, chat. Again, there are a lot of herbs here. I think we basically get one of every single type. So I believe that does it for this area. Enemies will still spawn and all, but we can basically ignore them. We should be fine. I think this music permanently plays here, which is kind of a nice touch.
This is reality.
Now keep in mind, chat, we entered the fog as early as before even landing its Taliesin. So why don't we see what happens to the rest of the area? Because remember, the people in Taliesin talked about meeting Nico? I wonder if that still holds true when we go back. So let's go ahead and advance the plot. So we saw a book in the previous area. So let's go try to get the copy. Or excuse me, the original. Sure, things will be fine, chat. We'll just go in, take the book, everything will be fine.
It's empty.
No surprise there. Artorias is too thorough to overlook something like that.
If only I'd showed it to you as soon as I found it.
Don't beat yourself up over it. We wouldn't have been able to read it without Grimoire anyhow. It was just a dream. All of it.
Check out all these complicated-looking books.
A hand-drawn map!
Nice. It's incomplete, but seems quite detailed.
It's beautiful.
My brother drew it every day. Even when his fever got too strong for him to read a book, he'd stare at that map for hours.
Laffy said he wanted to travel the world?
Yes, it was his dream. I never understood what made him want to do something so dangerous. But I'm living his dream now. It's ironic, isn't it?
This was your room, wasn't it? You can knit?
I was trying to learn. Nico said she'd teach me how as a thank you for giving her my quiche recipe. We wanted to finish a set of scarves for the winter.
Velvet.
Forget about it. I don't need to knit anymore.
No need to knit anymore, chat. Only potatoes. Disappointing. Down we go, chat.
Those are the graves of my sister and her son. He died before he was even born.
They're in rough shape. We should lay some flowers.
Don't bother. There's no point.
A keen insight. Eating one would be cruel enough, but plucking an innocent flower just to offer it as decoration for some memorial. That's not even a sacrifice, just a cruelty devoid of all purpose.
Melchior!
As obtuse as ever.
I take it you're the one behind the dream fog?
I must say, you did well to break such resolve. If you weren't a Therian, I'd be tempted to take you under my wing.
Did you come here to flatter me?
Indeed. Although I was already in the neighborhood to retrieve this book.
I'll be taking that.
This book was compiled by my dear friend, who was also Artorias' mentor and predecessor as head of the Exorcists. It contains the hopes and dreams left by a noble soul who gave his life for the world that grieved him. It is not for a tainted demon to touch.
Like we need your permission!
Look who obeyed me for once.
Is that... You didn't!
Be patient. You'll know everything before long. What we seek is the realization of a perfect order, as tranquil and beautiful as a wildflower in bloom.
A perfect order? Let's go. There's nothing left for us here.
Some strange interactions there with Eisen and the mysterious demon that we just fought. One other point of observation is, presumably he took the book out of the house, since he seemed to be lingering in the area. Let's see what happens when we come back here. So, something is preventing us from teleporting, so we have not seen all the cutscenes yet, Chad.
Oh! Look! It's the Book of Enominat!
What's it doing there?
Wait! That's one of Arthur's!
Actually, it's a copy that Laphicet made.
Laffy made a copy of the book. He transcribed it all by hand, and then he sold it, just to buy me that comb.
There was something here for us after all.
Chat, that was such a good setup for the book.
If that's the complete manuscript, we might be able to unravel Enominat's secrets.
We'll have to show it to Grimoire.
Pulling one over on the old man, are you? Never a dull moment with Lady Calamity around.
We got the copy of Enominat's book, so we do not leave empty-handed.
Alright, time to drop off the pups and get Grimoire to translate this book. We're going back to Titania.
So I believe we've captured all the skits and optionals that we can in this area, but there's a couple of cutscenes as we try to go back. We'll try to get those out of the way. And chat, we have to get game ogred. I have to show you. I just want you to witness. Keep in mind that dangerous encounters scale with your level, so they won't be quite as dumb as they are at late game, but they are still pretty bad. So we're gonna look for double ogre. So we could travel that way. We can also go as far as the cliffside. But we're looking for double ogre, chat. I know. Oh, come on, really? That's usually a good room for double ogre. Oh, now the game doesn't want to give it to us, chat? What is this? I mean, I'll take the cat souls as we go back. Phenomenal. It's like the game knows it shouldn't double ogre us. I do want to showcase it, but the game is being kind of mean. Come on, game. All of these potential enemies could be ogre. How are they only spawning one? It's ogre when the game says it's ogre. Very true, chat. There we go. Double ogre. Okay, chat. I'm going to show you what not to do. Don't do this, chat. I took 1,000-something damage just from a single hit. Oh, we're actually able to stun lock them. Maybe we could actually beat double ogre. How rare. I mean, I'll take it if we beat double ogre. If they just never leave the stun lock, we'll never see them win. That's good. Oh, Velvet almost died off screen. Okay. It's very scary to swap out with her. You know what? This went much better than I thought it would go. Normally, by now, somebody takes 3,000 damage to the face and dies. Oh, Eleanor almost died. Yeah, she had to quick swap. You know what, chat? I think our low levels has actually saved us, because if they were higher level, they would just absolutely kill us. Oh no, they killed Magilu. I spoke too soon. Let's get that soul, chat. Oh, see, when they sit down on the floor, chat, they actually have a laser beam attack. Hopefully we'll get to see it. They seem to not be very cooperative for what we're witnessing on camera. So yes, chat, the ogres have a full screen laser attack, and it is completely absurd. And it's not fair. What is their health total, by the way? Look how much damage they're taking, it's still not dead. Oh, there's the laser. Oh, he's firing the laser, chat. We dodged the laser, the second most deadly attack that it has. And no, chat, I don't really know why the ogres have lasers. Just don't ask. This doesn't make any sense. Just don't think about it. So if we beat double ogre, this will be my revenge for the first time I played through, because they are nasty. One thing to keep in mind with these enemies is that when they're in the swinging animation, they actually can't be interrupted. However, we're attacking so fast that the enemy is not even getting the chance to enter the swinging animation, which is good for us, because I don't want them to do anything. I'm gonna guard a little bit. There we go. So we're kind of carrying hardcore with Velvet, because as you can see, we're not doing like any damage to these enemies. They're basically all just mini bosses, honestly.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem! That's all, You're wide open!
Oh my gosh. Fortunately, we didn't dark bottle this, or else this would be an absolute nightmare. They're still coming in, chat.
Eat him!
Thank you, Rising Falcon, for letting me get on the other side of Ogre. See, Rising Falcon's not bad in this game. I just like using it more on tall enemies, because it's more likely to hit on the way up as well as the way down, which adds a lot to the hit count. It's like a tall enemy like this, I'm going to do Rising Falcon when possible. I'm just gonna make sure they get a little extra blast gauge.
You really do have a peculiar air about you.
Chat, I want you to know that was so much experience. That was almost 50%, almost 50% of one of the boss battles. So we're lucky we beat Game Ogre. So I will take that almost 50% of a boss fight in one battle. So I am glad we beat that, chat, because I don't want to sit there and get hit by laser. So just keep in mind, if you fight the ogre, when it's in the swinging animation, it cannot be interrupted. And at very high levels, like if you come back here at, let's say, like 100 something, they will be doing 11,000 plus damage. Not an exaggeration. Their stats scale like astronomically with your level. But fortunately, chat, we were so low level, they could not one-shot us. They could only two-shot. And you know what? We'll take that. We'll take that, chat.
Horned monster.
He was with Melchior. There was something different about him. He wasn't a Moloch, though, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a demon. But why would the Abbey be working with a demon?
He could be a Therian, maybe. I mean, there was Medusa and Kamoana.
No, I don't think so. The Abbey keeps their Therians behind barriers and bound to Earth Pulse points. A Therian can't send malevolence to Inominat while walking freely.
That's correct. And besides, Orthrus was already here.
In any case, now we know Melchior has a mean-looking bodyguard in addition to his illusions. It'll take quite a lot to stop him.
Aye. That's a fact.
Well, chat, we still can't go to Taliesin, so we have one more cutscene to view. Let's proceed up here. I'm just trying to think if there was another herb I might have missed over here. I can't remember. Let me just check once up this hill, chat, and then we'll go back to Taliesin. Oh, see that, chat? My herb senses were tingling. Like, I haven't played this game since last year, and I'm like, I know where that herb is, chat. I'm like, I didn't look that up again. I was like, wait a minute. I felt like we needed more herbs on this screen. Okay, chat, I think now we have all the herbs out of the way, so that's good for us. I didn't quite collect them in the right order, but it shouldn't matter.
Eleanor, there's something I have to ask.
What is it?
Did you leak our plans to the Abbey?
Eleanor hasn't done anything like that.
Then how do you explain Melchior and his illusions already waiting for us when we got to a ball?
I promised you that I would work together with you until I found the truth for myself. I'm not up to any tricks. It's far too late for that now.
Exactly what a guilty party would say.
If anyone's suspicious here, I'd say it's you, Magilu.
No tricks. I don't even know what a trick is.
Enough. If Eleanor was leaking information, then Titania would surely be under attack by now.
Right. I'm sure the Abbey would love to have those Therians back.
But the enemy was in that village waiting in ambush.
The Abbey isn't foolish. They figured out by now that we're rounding up the Therians. They'll have left traps for us with each remaining one. It's the obvious move.
All right. If that's how you see it, I'll stand down.
So you trust me then?
No. I'm saying that anything the Abbey tries, I'll be ready for it.
No trust, chat.
Such a brave, determined soul.
An art to control demons.
Eleanor, does the Abbey possess an art that can control demons?
Not that I've ever heard of. Besides, if they could control demons, there'd be no need to resurrect Inominat, would there?
Can't argue with that.
But Melchior was obviously in control of that demon. How did he manage that?
You can't tether them like a Moloch, and Melchior wasn't using oaths or mana to compel him. No, this was something more like mind control.
Mind control?
Let's say you know your target's innermost desires. You simply conjure the right illusion. Show them what would push their buttons in just the right way.
Ah, if you can create an illusion of something someone really wants, you can control them.
Exactly. You can force a powerful burden upon your target's psyche. Until their spirit breaks, that is.
What happens when they break?
Depends on the target. They might become an empty shell, they might go wild with desire. Eeny teeny spiny crow.
You sure know a lot about this.
Now that you put it that way, why would I know so much about it? What if someone is controlling me, making me say these very words? How horrifying!
I believe I'll take your words with a grain of salt.
Oh, Magilu. Ooh, that enemy was all over us, chat. Again, our goal is just to make sure our meter is much better than it is currently. Ooh, they're wide open, chat. Meant to comment on this earlier, but indeed, ogres and onions are very similar. And apparently they have lasers. There we go.
Nothing can stop these fists.
I think we rounded out our meter a little bit more, so we should be good. Yeah, look at that, chat. We got 3 basically across the board. All I want to make sure is that I can combo everybody. So I want to basically start with Velvet and technically end with Rokuro, would be the dream. So that'll be, I think, the most damage that I could do in a combo. I'm gonna go over here and get these real quick. I think I'm allowed to go to... Nope, I'm still not allowed to go to Taliesin yet. That's a shame. There's still one more skit. Okay, game. There we go.
Listen, Eleanor really isn't spying on us. I was with her almost every minute, and when I wasn't, Velvet was watching her. And she's a woman who keeps her promises. She wouldn't lie to...
Laphicet.
We understand, Laphicet. It's Eleanor. If she were lying to herself to somehow keep spying on us, the guilt would fill her with malevolence.
I see. You're right. The fact that I haven't turned into a dragon proves that.
Thank you. Both of you.
I didn't think you were giving them information intentionally.
But there are illusionists like Melchior out there. That means we can't rule out someone recording your thoughts in secret.
I don't think we need to worry about that either. Not with you and Laphicet always near.
Now that that's settled, it's time for you all to testify to my innocence.
That could be difficult.
What?
Well, okay. Why don't you start off by telling us all about the time you sold us out to Teresa back in Helives?
Oh, why bring up that old yam? You're a very vindictive man, do you know that?
You're just figuring that out? Well, there's your proof at least. You wouldn't make much of a spy.
She really wouldn't.
Hey, that's not what I meant! You were mean!
Or Magilu. So chat, we're gonna take just a real quick break. I have to refill water, and when we return, we're gonna see what Taliesin looks like after the illusion. So I will be right back, chat. Okay, chat, I'm ready to go. Just making sure everything looks okay. Looks okay. So, yeah, poor Magilu. she is just not trusted. But it seems that people are defending Eleanor. But Aizen still seems to be very suspicious that our plans are somehow being leaked. So we'll keep that in mind, that there's a little bit of distrust going on. We're not quite sure why Melchior was already there waiting for us. Maybe we'll see in time, chat. But now we can finally go to Taliesin, I guess. So I'll just teleport there. Why not, chat? So we have a few skits to go through, but what I really appreciate about this game is if you take the time to talk to these people, and also one other important city later in the game, I really like how much the dialogue changes, and this is also why it's one of my favorite parts. So remember how everybody was very cheerful, and they were saying like things were just, you know, hunky-dory, as it were? What happens if you talk to all those same people again now that the illusion's gone? Let's start with the peddler here. Leaving town, are you? You know there's nothing but demon-infested woods out there. He didn't seem that worried last time we went out, chat. Oh, I remember these two.
Woohoo! My sister's making us pickleboard meatballs for dinner tonight! Hey! What did I tell you about bothering travelers? Sorry about that. He's totally obsessed with food. That's alright. Pickleboard meatballs, huh? Sounds delicious. They're really super tasty, but Sis says that they used to taste even better. Why's that? We used to get deliveries of fresh, delicious prickleboar meat from the nearby village of Abal. But in the Advent 3 years ago, demons attacked the village, and now it's gone. It's such a tragedy. If they only could have held out for just one more day, I'm sure Lord Artorius would have saved them.
Artorius. Right.
Says, I love your meatballs, they're the best. You're so sweet. I love how everything is just a little... it's just so twisted in hindsight. I really love chatting to everybody in this town. There's another point in the game where I really like chatting to all the people. And we'll get to that again later. The girl says, oh, I wish we had some open space to play in, but there are demons outside the town. Playing is a kid's job, so this is a rotten time to grow up in. I love all the changes in their conversations. Also, the sky looks a lot darker than before. Townswoman says, during the Advent, Lord Artorius first appeared in Taliesin. He wielded strange fires and burned away waves of demons. It was miraculous. He truly is the savior of this world. But at what cost, chat? But at what cost? Let's see. Let's talk to this guy. He seems kind of down in the dumps. Young veterinarian, chat. She's been dead for 3 years now. She won't come back no matter how much I wish it possible. I have to accept it. I understand in my head, but in my heart, I'm so sorry, Nico. So Velvet says, so he and Nico were, or at least she thinks to herself. So we found the veterinarian. Kinda dark there, chat. Well-informed woman says, what would the world be like if the sunken kingdom of Highland had continued to thrive? Would Taliesin have been a metropolis today? Alas, either way, Demon Blight would have affected the city just as it is now. Let's talk to the soldier. The Pernia cliffside is crawling with demons. We won't be able to defend this place without increased support from exorcists. I have sent a request, but Eastgand is not their primary concern, unfortunately. You mean they deem some lives more worthwhile than others? Yes, such is the nature of reason. Oh, I just love all those little nuanced changes in their dialogue, chat. I appreciate so much. Like, I'm savoring it, chat. I love the dialogue in this game. Townsperson says, Lord Artorius chose to save the many of Taliesin rather than the few of Abal. He is a true man of reason. Everyone should accept Abal's fate, however unfortunate. Hear, hear. It's easy to say he should have saved both, but Lord Artorius is only one man after all, and one man can only do so much. Well, that's a very different take on what happened there. Let's come into the store. We're very close to getting another upgrade. Speaking of which, Oh, we didn't quite get it there. We have to be within like a 40,000 or so, I imagine. There we go. We hit level 13. We received Unnamed Ring. The simple and highly effective equipment is created by an unknown maker. So chat, the unknown equipment pieces do not show up until the post game. So getting access to these already is very, very strong. Like, let's take a look, chat. Like, this one adds 140 magic defense and 52 attack. Unnamed Ring, however, gives us 385 magic resistance, and most importantly, chat, this also happened to come with attack skill plus 8 attack and plus 15 focus, so it's already pretty strong, but look at what it grants. Invulnerability at the start of battle for 7 seconds. Oh my gosh, chat, 7 seconds is a very long time. And keep in mind, this also includes boss battles, so you could just be straight up immune to damage. Keep in mind, we've seen a 3-second one. I believe there's a 5-second one, and now we have a 7-second one. And keep in mind that once we learn the master skill, it still stacks with the ring. So once we learn this and wear it, it gives us 14 seconds of invulnerability. That means no spell we cast can be interrupted. That's very important for combos later on when the game gets much harder. So we will likely be upgrading to this item very, very soon. In fact, I probably want to give it to Velvet to start. I would like her to just not ever take damage ever, but you know. Let's go ahead and upgrade the ring slightly, because we'll be using that one basically all the way until the end of the game. And you know what, chat? We got the other amazing thing. Mystic Art Blast Gauge costs -1 while invulnerable. So instead of needing 3, chat, it's only 2. So we could start a chain off with a 3 costing Blast Gauge, and it only costs 2. And then our subsequent one will potentially only cost 2 or 3, depending on how we loop back into it. So we only really need 5 Blast Gauge to get a double Mystic Art now, if we do it within 7 seconds of the battle. And keep in mind, we already have 3 seconds of vulnerability, so we have 10 seconds to perform a Mystic Art at reduced cost, which is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and upgrade that again. You know what, chat? Let's go ahead and upgrade that again. And again. Because we want to make sure that this also confers to us some pretty strong bonuses, because we'll be trying to use that for quite a while. Let's see. Anything else I feel like upgrading while we're here? Oh, we can upgrade the Topaz Bag, which, keep in mind, gives us 10% art, and we get 6 art at the moment for +1. So you know what? We'll do it again, chat. So this will make Laphicet's power much, 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 much higher. You know what? We're going to do it one more time, because it's Laphicet, chat. We're going to give him everything that he needs. Let's see. We don't need anything else here. As I said before, I'm going to try to minimize disenchanting, but it's generally recommended that you do that every time you're in a store. I'm just taking a look to make sure our other things are upgraded. I guess I could put that to a +2 for now. There's not really a downside to it. Bonus experience from defeating armored enemies. Nice. Wondering if this is worth it. You know what? This is worth it, chat. Let's take them all the way to the +5 there. And Laphicet now has an extra max soul, which is kind of nice. So the only thing he's doing kind of bad in is boots. But I saw that if we give him a +6, he'll end up with 1 additional initial soul. Oh, I didn't realize military hike added magic damage. That's where he's getting the bonus from. I was wondering how he hit 751, because that is an insane amount of magic attack power. But it is what it is, chat. So with that out of the way, let's talk to all these people.
Our town decided to make a new holiday marking the day that Lord Artorias became the Shepherd. 3 years ago, when the Malachim appeared on the Advent, Taliesin was the first town that Lord Artorias saved. We hold great pride at being the city where humanity first struck back against the demons.
That explains why you'd celebrate his ascension, but wasn't a ball closer to his heart?
You may be right about that. Not being able to save a ball was a terrible agony for Lord Artorias. Even though he killed the demons that destroyed the village, he couldn't bring back the lives that had been lost. If Lord Artorias had gone to a ball first, our city might have been destroyed instead. We won't forget the tragedy that befell a ball. That's the other purpose of this holiday. Remembrance.
That's right. Lives lost can never be brought back.
Devout Man says, well, in terms of population and importance, Abal and Taliesin couldn't be further apart. Lord Artorias used impeccable reason when he chose to protect the many of the city over the few of the village. I like those really dark connotations, chat. Bard says, "Lo, the shepherd of mankind, he came to tell us sin. His sacred blade of reason, a shining light to guide." Oh, that didn't really rhyme as much. I'm a little disappointed in that one.
Excuse me. My partner and I here would like to put on a comedy show if it's possible.
Ah, not often you run into someone with a real fire in their eyes. All right, show me what you got.
With pleasure.
Eleanor, I'm impressed. I didn't know you had this sort of initiative.
You just have to do what you have to do, right? Besides, if we pull this off, it could be our chance to get closer to Majulu.
Did you say Majulu? I haven't seen her recently, but she seems to be making a name for herself in Logris.
Yeah, her dances are really beautiful. Do you know her?
I do. Her and her teacher, Valta. Now, I'm not saying Majulu isn't great, but Valta was utterly sublime. I worry about him pushing Majulu so much, to be honest. He's never been one to accept compromise in his art.
Huh. I didn't know that.
We don't have time to stop and feel bad for our rivals. Did you memorize the script?
Of course I did. And I won't tolerate any slip-ups from you either.
Hearing that just makes me more motivated. Well, let's get going. We've got a show to put on.
Hey, chat, here's a little bit of levity. We need some lightheartedness, chat, to help you recover from that series of events.
Us again, the Bienfu Keepers! Magic Azam!
Whoa, back it up. Again? If we're supposed to be regulars here, then why does everyone look like they've never heard of Bienfu? And what's with this Magic Azam stuff? Is that some kind of spell?
Gosh, it's really been getting cold here lately.
Are you just going to ignore my questions?
What does it matter? Aren't you too cold to worry about things like that? Does this feel summery to you?
I can be cold and ask you questions at the same time. Actually, it is rather cold.
See? I said it was cold. In fact, I've been so cold lately, I even set fire to my clothes.
Isn't that going too far?
Well, that's how cold I was. In fact, that wasn't enough, so I set the house on fire too!
Your house? Why would you do that?
Oh, don't worry. It doesn't bother me at all. And who said it was my house? The one I set on fire was yours.
That's a crime, you know.
Huh? What's wrong? That's not in the script.
Arson is a serious crime.
Well, yes, but...
In the script, the punchline was supposed to be, but when I saw how much it would cost to replace them, I got the chills.
Yeah, but I got into the moment and thought I could ad-lib something better.
You're advocating something morally abhorrent. Change it back.
What's the big deal? You're getting worked up over a joke.
Crime is not a joke. Even speaking as a normal citizen, I can't condone speech that promotes such a horrifically antisocial act.
Oh, now you've got me all mad. I give up. For good.
No, it's bad.
I said I give up. For good.
No, it's bad. My deepest apologies for putting on an act about something so terrible today, sir.
Well, the whole thing was meant to be about morals anyway, so how did we do?
Can I just ask you one question? Are you for real?
Yes, I am.
I should have known.
Perfect timing on the expedition, chat. Says that was rather straight and plain. Are you sure the Abbey isn't a better fit? Magic Azam, chat. I figured that would bring a little smile back after the very dark moment of the game. Speaking of which, we have a lot of money to get from these people. Just take care of your burden doesn't crush you. In time it shall be lifted and you will be rewarded. 20,000 for completing 3 hunts. Let's take a look. I can't wait to take advantage of that initial soul +1. Now, the way we could do it on Chaos Mode is, as I said before, we now have a choice. I can basically take a look at what items I don't really care about. The best example would usually be boots or rings. And I can actually go back to something like one of our ambers, because these are really easy to increase. So not only does it reduce our stun duration by a lot with the fact that it's a +6, but it also goes towards our initial soul count. So if the chat was trying to figure out when the right time was to get rid of an item, honestly, for me, the answer is basically never until you're post-game. Because you're never really sure when it'll be easier, just depending on the drops, just to go back to something weaker for the pluses. And it's nice to have some flex items. So we'll talk about this again in a moment. Let's see what romantic young man wants. He says, "Ugh, I want a girlfriend so bad. Someone like the Lady of the Lake." Uh-oh, it's a Berseria reference. Lady of the Lake, you mean the princess from the fairy tale? You're aiming a bit high there, buddy. Take a look in the mirror. Net reality while you're at it. Uh-oh, it's a Berseria reference, chat. But what I like to do, chat, is, generally speaking, there are some armors that are shared between all the characters. So if you don't look at, like, for example, the vests. Actually, best example would be the rings. So the rings are shared regardless of characters. So these are really easy ones to get to +6. And some of the lower ones are actually pretty good. Like, you can see this one gives you 7% art defense. So if that's all you're looking to get, you can honestly make it up with other items. So I feel like boots are shared between characters as well as rings. So those are the ones I usually sit with either a +6 or when we get increased equipment ability, I'd like to set them at +10. So that way, no matter what I'm learning, I could get a baseline of souls. Let's see, the customer says, I'm starting to win a fair amount of matches against the guy upstairs. He's been turning up in my dreams a lot recently, too. Oh, does that mean you're falling in love? They're not those kinds of dreams. Chat both applauds and boos the performance. As you should, chat. Speaking of which.
Wow, the weather's just swell. It's something I've said every day for 3 months now.
Huh? But wasn't there just a heavy fog?
Nope. Never seen a wisp of fog in this village. It's been sunny so long, I think I might dry up.
That means that fog was just another of Melchior's illusions.
Seems that way.
My old man says we haven't had a storm or even a scrap of fog here in Taliesin for years. The demons are trouble, but at least the weather is fine. I mean, it looks kind of murky out. I mean, if you say this is fine, I guess. Although I suppose this could be due to the fact that we removed Aetherian from a ball. Because if you remember before, the sky did get a lot darker and the water did look a lot murkier after we did so. So perhaps this is a byproduct of what we did. We're bad, chat. We're very bad people. Townsperson says, what pandemonium that was. Everyone chasing cats through the city streets. Don't remind me. You'll put me off my lunch. So, chat, you might have noticed, and I'm now gonna reveal to you that there are no cats anywhere anymore. Especially not compared to before. So we'll play the flag fetcher thing in one moment. We're gonna leave mini games for later. Let's get all the skits out of the way first. Let's talk to these people. She says there once were so many cats that some people called the city Whiskersin. But 3 years ago, one of the kitties came down with Demon Blade, so they were all exterminated. Hence all these rats you see about. Can't be helped, eh? What a dark twist, chat. So there are no longer cats. You might have seen a rat or two as we've walked around. I haven't really drawn attention to it. But indeed, chat, there are no longer any cats. Headler says the Abbey isn't stationing many exorcists here at all, even though Demon Blade has been spreading like mad. I know that a frontier like Eastgan isn't exactly a first priority, but that doesn't make it any better. Oh yeah, just, oh, that detail right there, chat. That's where I was like, oh, I love this game. That is twisted. I love it. Hello, Sailor.
There's one of them off-limit Class 4 islands that folks call Serpent Isle. Place has been overrun with snakes since forever. I hate the things, so it sounds like hell to me. But I've heard there's a woman who actually lives there.
Whatever for? Why would anyone want to live in a place like that?
I know. It's mighty strange. Place supposedly is crawling with demons, too. Last time I was in the area, I checked it out. Kept my distance, of course. Used me spyglass.
And? Was she there?
Aye, she was. Except she looked like a snake herself. I mean, she was human up top, but her face was a weird color, and her lower half was all slithery and wiggly. Ugh. Creep me out.
A snake woman, huh?
Even worse, looked like you couldn't swing a cat's without hitting a snake. Just the thought of it keeps me awake at night.
You should have a stiff drink and get some sleep before you pass out on deck. I'll tell Benwick to give you an extra ration.
Wow. Thanks a lot, First Mate. I appreciate it. I ought to pester him for some of that aged reserve he keeps hidden away.
You can now go to a new Class 4 island. You'll never catch me going to Serpent Isle. But if you pop those guys open and slowly cook them in the secret sauce, there's nothing finer. So I'm going to hold off on the plot for now. I think we've done as much as I want to do. So now let's do some mini games for a little bit, chat. So we have one here. That might take me a couple tries because I don't remember the route. So there's a geoboard mini game. This one's pretty big. So this one could be kind of annoying. I'm trying to remember the best route. This one may take a couple of tries. Actually, this isn't too bad. Oh, I missed it. That's bad. I think we still got it. We're good. We're good. So even though I bumped into the wall, because we used the speed boost, we're okay. Again, this gives you, like, no coins. That's why I don't usually enjoy these mini-games. I hope if they do more mini-games in the next Tales game, they give you way better rewards. Okay, so we unlocked Tatami Geoboard. A rush-scented Geoboard, don't step on the green parts. Well, we might as well see what it looks like. It's under fashion. We'll surf on it a little bit. It's okay, chat. It's like, it exists kind of thing. In terms of, like, which one I would prefer, I still feel like, I feel chat would agree. I still like the Geoboard Guardian more, especially if we're Magilu. So one thing I want to talk about before we go too much further into the plot is that I really appreciate that combination of plot points, NPC dialogue, and skits, really driving home different kind of changes. So if you spend more time talking to these people, like the impact of seeing the cats just casually around, even though they're not in a skit, and then realizing that all the cats are gone by the time you get to here, I think it's just such an interesting... It's so interesting to me. I really like how they set that up as a major plot. Oh no, did I get stuck? They set that up as a plot point. Oh no. Okay, I can get out with the geoboard. That doesn't require them necessarily to show, like, the action that the cats are missing, but now you feel the impact because you remember seeing them, you remember people talking about it, and then they've built upon a plot point of the illusions to kind of drive home the change. So I really like how everything is layered in this game. I enjoy it so much, Chad. So we'll be seeing another really, really good example a bit later on in the game. I forget what session it'll be coming up because it's a little fuzzy in my mind. I don't know if it'll be next week. It'll probably be the week after if I had to guess. Where you can really see the night and day differences if you've been using all the skits or at least viewing them as soon as you are able to get to them, as well as talking to the NPCs. So let's see, townsperson says, catch your own lunch. I don't have time. Fine, but if I catch a big one, I'm not sharing. Oh, look at that. They're no longer happily fishing like they were before, chat. What an interesting touch. Let's do a little quick save here. I think that's all the mini games that we should do for now. Again, we'll go back to the slash bead and the sham balloon much later.
Welcome back. Did you find the Therian?
Yeah. We're bringing these two back to Titania.
Dogs? Look, lizards, no problem. Walking hunks of armor I can deal with, but dogs? On my ship?
You're not a dog person.
I was, bit by one when I was a kid.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. If they're biting anyone on this ship, it'll be me.
Are you okay, Velvet?
Oh, sure. They're just dogs.
No, I mean, in general. Fine, they can come aboard. I'll take us back to Titania.
Oops, I was landing on the controller there. Let's have one more bonus skit. We'll view it. I'm just trying to think where the logical stopping point of the stream would be. We actually went through that area much quicker than I imagined. So we did very good, chat.
We have to take good care of Orthy and Russ.
That's on you. They won't let me near.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? You only killed their master.
Don't worry. I'll take responsibility. You mustn't. They're quite vicious, you know. I just asked them if they wanted to be friends, and they suddenly bit me.
I'm sure you said something to irritate them, like, I'll make you my minions. You had it coming.
She knows.
But you have Therians to find, Laphicet. You won't be able to look after them all the time.
I suppose. What should I do?
You could ask Kamoana and Medissa. Kamoana said she once had a dog. Even if they get a little rowdy, Medissa will be around to keep them safe.
That's a good idea. I'll go ask them.
Thanks. We can't be killing off Therians. Besides, they remind me of Nico.
Velvet. You want a pet dog, Laphicet? You should go to the Abbey then. Why the Abbey? Because the place is full of the shepherd's lapdogs. Get it? Lapdogs! Yeah, I get it.
Poor Laphicet dealing with Bienfu. Benwick asks yet again, Velvet, are you sure you're alright? I mean, the chat has the same question, Benwick. Well, we might as well go to the Snake District, I suppose. So let's have a little detour, chat. So, I'm just trying to think from a pacing perspective if I want to start the next arc or not. I'll think about it, chat. I think the most I want to do in this session would be viewing the events in Titania. And then we'll leave everything else, I think, for next week. But we'll do the Serpents in the meantime. So, I think overall we did extremely well. We had very few party deaths, other than against the Ogre. Even while vastly underleveled in a dangerous encounter, it still killed poor Magilu. Let's go ahead and acquire this chest. So we're below 3,000 cat souls for the first time, chat. So I think we used a little over 1,500 souls by this point in the game. So I hope you as a player, if you go to replay or you're playing along, I hope you brought a lot of souls with you. So fortunately, because the chat was very generous, we transferred over the cat souls from the previous playthrough. Or else I guarantee you this would have taken us like 4 or 5 extra hours just to get all those cat souls. Not worth it. So let's take a look at our equipment again real quick. So I just want to make sure if there's anything else we can learn that we're good to go. So we can learn the Topaz book there. Unfortunately, we still do not have any armors to take. We have a ring we can learn from. Not too bad. Percent chance of lowering SG costs is very useful for the spellcasters in general, because they're the ones that are going to be using the higher costing moves most often. Whereas, like, Velvet, I don't really care. Just, like, it's fine. My meter might as well as be infinite, honestly. It seems like we don't have any other choices there. That's unfortunate. So she currently has attack power up, which is probably not what I want to have her with. Why don't we give her something that gives her magic power? So let's add a little bit of focus. We'll lose her physical, and we'll just improve her spellcasting again. Plus it stacks kind of well with this item, which I forgot to upgrade. So we'll have to do that at some point. I think we're otherwise okay. I think the other characters are good.
I don't think we have a chance.
I like that I'm so underleveled that every fight is, I don't think we have a chance from Laphicet. I love it, chat. What level are they, out of curiosity? Oh, they're 55. I mean, supposedly they're really, really far above us, but... Oh, I forgot to do joke outfits, chat. Hold on, we can't do
Pretty much
this.
screwed.
Hold on. Oh, I can't just quit. I wish there was a fast way to leave. I don't think there is, though. Darn, chat. I totally forgot. I was blanking out. Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could quickly reset the game, but it doesn't look like without complete hard resetting I could do that, which is a bit unfortunate. We'll wear, you know what, chat? We could wear the joke outfits while we're on Titania. I don't think there's any super cutscenes with them, but I could be mistaken. I was gonna say, wow, I wasn't getting the stun there. What a shame.
you got. Rising Falcon. Rising Falcon.
So we're doing pretty well in terms of meter building. Just trying to think if there's anybody else we should be playing as. Maybe we'll level Rokuro a bit more. He's been kind of in the reserves for a bit. So it doesn't hurt to get his move count up on other moves. Because again, that's more blast gauge for him. Oh, I was gonna off the ground him, but he already died. That's a shame. Oh, I tried countering there, but I think I just pressed it too early. How unfortunate. Die, Snake Lady. We'll give it to Aizen. And make sure she dies to that, because we haven't fought too many of her, so we might be missing her item. This enemy tried sniping us with Geo Rumble, which I don't appreciate. Ooh. Oh, Eleanor died. Uh-oh, that's not good. Poor Eleanor. I should probably revive her, chat. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt their spell casting by using a Mystic Art, because they are very, very aggressive right now. Aizen doing exactly what I want him to do. Eleanor, unfortunately, very low on levels, blast gauge levels, but we'll have her take that blast gauge. I'm gonna go in the air just to dodge that attack, which worked out pretty well for us. There we go, not too bad. I'll probably sub her out in a second. Let's get Velvet back in here. Give the AI some time to recover health. And also get a little extra souls. Magilu is looking very good at combos. Rigid Python. They only do wind damage, which is unfortunate for them, because I'm pretty resistant to that. Okay. Let's show off some level 2s, chat, since we're here. So Aizen doesn't have one, but Rokuro should have one. That should Magilu. There we go, chat. Level 2.
Now, with a single breath, they appear. Here they come. There's no stopping them.
Ooh, look at that damage, chat. Ooh. Annihilated. I love that damage. Oh, that is a lot of spells to dodge. Hello. Okay, I stunned with Velvet just so I could wide open them, chat. Ooh, I didn't get a stun there. That was bad. Oh, I got it there, though. Oh, Velvet, no. Velvet, no. Don't leave yourself at 1 health. There's no reason for that. You have 5 souls. Right, chat? You gotta get scared when the AI does that. I keep forgetting AI Velvet is kind of derpy. Okay, I'm stunning the enemy, so under no circumstance do I want to end the Mystic. Alright, now that I knocked them over, let me restand them into a Mystic. There we go, that's much better. Wait, these count as Snake? Chat, I was just thinking about that. What? Sure. Just roll your eyes, chat. Just sure. Just making sure our blast gauge is looking pretty good. It's looking much better now. Even though we did an arena, and we used a lot of Mystic Art gauge, we're getting it all back, which is important. Hold on a second. Did I replace one of her moves, and I just forgot about it? Oh no, I put it on the bottom button. I was looking for Snake's Wake to off the ground him. I just forgot what button it was. That's fine. So we're doing pretty well in terms of souls, at least. Now, the downside, chat, is if you don't uppercut them into the air and the enemy's small, like the plant, you'll whiff basically every hit, which kind of sucks. That's why Eleanor feels kind of weird at the moment. But she'll get something that'll make up for it, at least. Okay, I'm gonna use Mystic Art so I could get a soul back and also kill the enemy that she's fighting. So I'm kind of dangerously low on health with her, but I think we'll be okay. So basically everybody has recovered all their blast gauge, so this was pretty net neutral on our gauge overall. Also, chat, there are a lot of enemies. Look at that, chat. Craziness. So many foes. But we're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Hello, Firewall.
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilate it!
Might as well give her the kill. So we basically ended at above +2 blast gauge. I'm assuming this is the last enemy wave. That's pretty good for us. This enemy's taking so much damage.
Put up some fight, okay?
So now we got more Floric boots, which is good because that gives me a bit more variety. Or Quartz is very good for us because we're very, very, very low on that. I don't think we got any new items though. We got Military Hike, which I think we already have, but it should come with bonuses. So I believe, for example, Aizen is learning from Military Hike, but if we take a look at this one, ooh, chat, so this one we were taking reduced damage, which is not bad, but take a look at this. Wind Element Malik art casting reduced, and adds a Wind Element hit to the first part of an art. Wow, what a phenomenally Aizen-specific item that we just picked up, but oh yeah. So we just got free 10% casting, chat, just for Aizen. What a great drop, chat. Like, okay, like pretty much all of his spells are wind, and now we get a free wind hit on anything we do. So that also means that if we've been stacking all those bonuses to wind, like let's say on his title, it now applies to his melee moves on the first hit. That's a pretty good item drop. Just thinking about what to do. Guess we could go back to Titania for now. Just thinking about the best way to get the cutscenes. I think we should be okay. If I quick save here, we should be okay. Let's see, chat. Let's load him up. Actually, I want to change her outfit color, because I think that was throwing me off before. Let's load it up. I don't like her as the Void Norman, to be honest. Oh no, we have all those outfits. There we go. So I'll save over this one, I think. That should be fine. And we'll change Magilu to... maybe we'll make her red. Let's load everybody else in first. Gotta get the squad going, chat. Oh, speaking of which, chat, we need to improve her outfit, because remember, we got the pompadour. Which we could barely see, but I promise is there. But let's edit it a little more, chat. Let's have fun with it. Well, we can increase its size. I think we all know what the correct response is. Oh man, that thing is huge. What is like growing out of her face? It's like a double whammy. Oh, can I give her Fro a Pompadour if I move it forward? Oh, that's not the right forward backwards. I keep forgetting I'm rotating it. So I'm gonna lift it a little bit in regardless. Where can I put this? It just kind of floats in the sky. I'm not sure where to put it, chat. Do you have suggestions? I mean, we can rotate it, but it would just look weird. It, like, slightly... I could, like, make it merge into the Afro Puff. It could go very far down. I'm just curious what it looks like if we lower it all the way. Actually, I think it should maybe get rotated a bit more. Move the Fro a bit back. Yeah, we might have to. I was just curious what it looked like. We'll put it back to its 0. See, that's kind of in her face, so let's raise that a little bit so we can see her eyes still. Just enough that we see the eyes. Yeah, let's do that for now, chat. We could color it. I am not hitting any of the right buttons. There we go. Oh, so we can raise it high. Oh no, it could go higher? Oh no. So I think we had it down here to hide some of her hair, but we can mess around with the chat. There we go, chat. We've raised it up a bit. Do you think that looks good, chat? Like somewhere in here? Nice 55%. That way it's got like a lip. Let's save this for now. We'll see. We'll let chat catch up on the comments. That is certainly something. Just seeing if any of the other characters need to be adjusted. Oh, why does he have Eisen's glasses? We can't even see that. Oops. Can we wear the hat in a weird position? I wasn't thinking about this until just now. Like, can I lower this so it's visible? Darn, I can't. I was curious if I could put it, like, around his neck. It won't let me do it. Darn. Therapy cat. We can't see you, therapy cat. Yeah, I don't think we can see most of these, unfortunately. Oh, we could just give him random accessories. That's true. Oh, we could give... Oh, no, lizard tail. Could just give him Dial's tail. Sure, I guess we could do that. Or give him the... We'll give him the black tail. Yeah, there we go. Distinguishing, chat. Let's resave over these. Now that we have the black tail, we could do it. There we go. Much better, chat. Gotta add the tails. Does anybody... Oh. We could give him the dial, because we can't see the crown anyway. That is ridiculously big on Luffy set. That makes no sense, but we'll do it, chat. He's always asking about Dial's tail. Oh my gosh. Oh, we need to fix the outfit a little bit. Let's replace it. There we go. It's more ridiculous now, chat. We did it. Also, we can't even see her with her hat, so we could just get rid of that as well. There's something we could put on her that would make sense. Huggable Sophie. The tail is, like, in her upper body for some reason. I don't really know why that is. I guess we could give her the devil wings. We haven't been using that in a while. That was pretty used, I would say, in the other session. There we go. Little devil wings, chat. Hello, Expedition. How are we doing cooking-wise, by the way? Oh, we have 72 uses? Oh, chat, we are catching up way too quick again. Oh, look, it's Velvet's favorite quiche. Oh, it boosts the effect of recovery arts. What a useless ability on Chaos Mode. We'll take the Heavenly Parfait, though, because that increases our chance of equipment drop, which I think did actually make a big difference with our elements there.
Marvelous! Bon appetit! Bon appetit!
Bon appetit, chat.
Marvelous! Bon appetit! Bon appetit! Bon appetit! Bon appetit!
We need to use more. So now at this point, we're only looking at Eleanor just to get her bonuses up. Not too bad. But she's gonna hit level 20 by herself at this point. Actually, I might as well take her all the way to level 20. We have enough food. Bon appetit, chat. Yeah, we found out where Dial's tail was. It's not on Dial. He'll never get his tail back, chat. So we're almost done. Again, we gotta do this pretty often or else we just kind of overstock on the cooking ingredients.
What should I brew up next time?
So she's now maxed for skit purposes. I guess we could choose who makes the dish. So we'll just choose to get extra focus.
Leave the cooking duties to me.
And you know what? We'll have her eat more of this.
It's done. It's done. It's done.
Because we need her to also be rank 20 with cooking in order to get a certain skit later. So we might as well just keep burning these, chat. We're gonna go all the way till she hits 16. Because if nothing else, this might improve what we have on us.
Diligence in life, diligence in the kitchen.
There you go, chat. So we'll try to get a little bonus of focus. This is more useful, I think, for our allies, because if we're looking for stun, we don't really need focus. But since we're relying pretty heavily on status ailments on our allies, this is not a bad thing to get. I think if we were looking just for a speed purpose, I think attack power is probably better, just because stun is guaranteed. But it is what it is. Wow, that tail is like bigger than Lafisette's body. just something about that, chat. You know what, chat? Just because we didn't do the arena while wearing the costumes, let's do one more arena, chat. We're gonna say that previous one didn't count. Let's get more items. It's fine. Gotta show it off in combat, chat.
Woo, it's a biggie.
Ooh, I got comboed out of that. That sucks. Oh, they're not focusing little boy. What's going on with that, chat? What jerks. There we go, much better. You go, little boy. Combo them to death. Love it. Oop, that enemy fell down. Let me use the Break Soul to stand him up. Perfect. This is the Reaper's power, chat. We'll show up all the different characters a bit more. Oh, I actually got the level 2 just by himself. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, that actually was 50,000 by itself. So that would have triggered our food. Hurricane too strong, chat. Hurricane. Wait a minute, do I have 2 things assigned to... Oh no, okay. I guess it just ate my other input, that's fine. Not a big deal. I was just curious, because I pressed 2 different buttons, but I got the same art twice. So I was like, what just happened? Yeah, I should have gotten one water hammer. That's fine.
Now, rise, arise, ascending, angel!
Let's do a little more damage, chat. Those poor enemies, chat. That should be more than enough I need for quite some time, actually. Kind of nice. We get to show off the costumes in action. We'll switch to other characters just to mix it up a bit more. You can already see her spellcasting is extremely fast due to everything else that we've stacked on her. That's kind of nice. Not bad at all, chat. There we go. Got the restand on the enemy. Gotta keep that combo going. Art costs minus 30%? Well, that's not fair for that enemy. You're dead. Let's just level 2 him.
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating?
We haven't seen Eleanor in her special mode yet, so let's try to get it. There you go, chat. There's the Pompadour close up. Oh, I got stunned. Oh, they very quickly tagged out who I was gonna tag into. That was mean of them. Well, now I have to play as Velvet because her meter is terrible. That's absolutely not what I wanted to have happen. Enemy stunned, I might as well let them know they're wide open, get those souls back.
Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem.
Perfect mayhem, chat.
This is the Reaper's power. No escape. You're wide open.
We'll get a little extra blast meter.
Eat it. You're wide open. Burn.
Oh, Aizen is just so good at clearing enemies, chat. Look at that, he hit max blast gauge again. Like, that's so unfair. So we're just gonna get even more souls, which I could just transfer into... Oh, I was too close. That was dangerous. So again, we have a safety amount of meter, I would say. Like, if they need to emergency tag swap, everybody has at least enough for Mystic Art and able to get out pretty easily. That enemy's so tall, I could basically, even if I don't launch the enemy, always get the follow-up hit. So that's one thing I do like about Eleanor's special, is that on tall enemies it works really, really well. But on short enemies like this one, it just sucks. Oh, her level 2 chat. So we got to see new art. We unlocked very, very recently, so that's kind of nice. Oh, I was not moving far enough forward. That sucks. Slightly out of range. But we'll leave her with a little bit of meter. Does Laphicet have his next art? I don't remember. No, he doesn't. I feel like he learns his stuff via story, so we probably won't see it unless I advance further. Oh, I got stunned. Good for the enemy. Wow, he has so many souls, chat. It's actually silly. Look at this combo he could do by himself now, chat. Look at that damage, chat. What a monster.
Killing flash! When I'm this close, I won't miss! Form 0! Thunder!
Oh, the enemy actually survived that. Good for the enemy. Oh no, I'm slowed. Too bad I don't need to dodge his Laphicet. Do a little bit of spell casting while we wait for slow to wear off. Listen, chat, if the game doesn't want us to move, I don't have to move his Laphicet. There we go.
Put up some fight, okay?
Oh, we got another version of the squad. So now we have updated colors. So we have combo artists unlocked. Excellent. That means we got many 50-hit combos without using Mystic Art, I believe is what that is. We also got an equipment mastery. Now most of these items I don't really care about. They're just going to help us get materials later. But because we did finally master Flame Ward, I can switch him to something else. Is there anything else he has not mastered at this point? Great, so he can move up to the next tier. He's already done Shock, he already has Poison. He's already done Force. He's already done Animal. Oh, he could go to Shell, so he's our first person that's really learning Shell. So I might as well do this. I don't really care about his defense that much. Magic defense I would prefer over physical. So we'll slightly increase his damage. So there we go, chat. Not too bad. So I feel like the rest of the session, we're just going to try to clean up Titania, and then I think we'll leave the major plot for next weekend. Just trying to think if there's anywhere else we should be going before I do that. Oh, I can only go back to Taliesin or Titania. Actually, out of curiosity, if we go back to Taliesin real quick, are there any items I could just purchase? Because technically we were in an arena, but I forget if the arenas count as the reset or not. I know it's 3 battles, but I'm thinking when you have a massive spawn in arena, is that just considered 1 battle? Let's just check, chat. Oh, see it reset. I'm glad we went back. Oh, hello. Hey, chat. Remember how we're using Eleanor to cheese out the enemy with spells when the AI is controlling them? We just got a excellent item for that. Just look at that. Art attack +8 and then 10% bonus art attack. What a great series of skills. Hey, we got new equipment. It doesn't give us any physical attack power, which is actually quite terrible in Rokurou. But hey, we'll use it anyway. It's fine. Let's go ahead and burn the rest of our cash. We should be okay. And let's just quickly swap into what... Oh, that is a pose. Chat, that is a pose. Well, I think what we could do is just double check if we unlocked anything else that she hasn't learned. Nope. And nope. And she's close, but not quite there. I believe we got a new equipment piece here. So this is just automatically better than what we were using anyway. So this is good for us. We'll take that. Slightly more focus, slightly more art damage. So he still has not gotten another weapon yet. That is a shame, chat. Because I don't feel like we've really been grade farming all that hard. I guess we're just getting unlucky with equipment drops. So he's just learning the only one he hasn't learned yet. That's fine. We'll keep... I guess I could keep him on the equipment dagger, because this does speed up his learning process. Might as well do that, actually. And finally, we're just going to take a quick look here. Yeah, everything's still mastered. Oh, she did get a new weapon from that battle, chat. She got Fury Piercer. Nice. So I think that's about all we can do. Let's just make sure we're as enhanced as we're going to get, because I'm not going to get another good chance to come back here, I don't think. I think once we go to the next area, I think I do have access to a shop. It's just more inconvenient if I need to reset equipment. So I'm not going to improve this any further, because this is not a gold item that I think is worth spending our time on, but it's fine. Oh, we didn't get the 50% attack. Again, I really don't want to burn our remaining gold. You Kuragane daggers. We're never using you. Get out of here, Kuragane daggers. You shouldn't even show up as an option. It should just be like, we know better. It should apologize every time it shows Kuragane daggers, chat. This will improve that for now. Again, they'll be sitting on these items, I think, for a majority of the next playthrough. Oh, we didn't get the 10% art. That would have been a game changer. So I don't think we have any more gold scrap to really work with. And we are very, very low on supplies. So I think that's all we can do for now. I could give her more to Topaz, but I'm not sure if that's the one I really want to use. So I think we'll try to do the next chapter with all this. We're gonna have to make up some serious equipment later. So probably next week I'll try to disenchant between streams. Because nobody really enjoys the disenchanting, so it's fine. We'll do that in the downtime. The only thing I need to make sure is that I guess if I'm gonna disenchant, I should probably at least go to the next area, but not do anything in it, and that should be okay. So for now, let's go to Titania. And I'll do a quick save in case I mess up the cutscene with our joke outfits. But for now, we'll be doing a lot of walking back and forth, so we might as well just do this. Uh-oh, we got the joke costumes. You know what, chat? We'll let it rock. We'll see what the joke costumes do.
I devoured them again. No, don't.
The giant head. Oh, chat.
So, you said your little brother made this copy. He could read the ancient tongue. That's amazing.
Uh-oh, she sees her brother in Bienfu chat. That's not good.
Laffy was different from most other kids. He read books a lot because his body was so weak. He studied all the time, so that he could be ready to travel the world one day. Which was kind of funny, considering he'd hide in my bed whenever he had a nightmare.
I love the close-up of the Bienfu lips, because it's trying to show their face.
But I don't care that he got scared. I just wanted him to live. That's why I have to.
Velvet!
I'll devour as much as it takes. I will have vengeance.
Velvet!
Uh-oh, chat. Velvet's not doing so hot. I think the costume overheated her.
Done. The art is attuned to you.
Thank you. This time I'll make sure to finish what I set out to do.
I've gotta say, I didn't think you had it in you, Oscar.
I don't believe I asked for your opinion.
Lord Artorias!
Go back outside, Teresa. We'll see you when we're done.
Are the rumors true? Are you using that experimental art on Oscar?
It is true.
I was under the impression it was still incomplete, sir.
Yep, there's still a potentially fatal weakness for its channeler.
We've taken the theory as far as it will go. The next step is to learn its control and actual practice.
Don't tell me you intend to test it against that Therian! Please, let me do it. I should be the one, not him!
You are not strong enough.
Then, at least let me back him up!
So you can take the enemy out before Oscar uses the art? A noble plan, but I'm afraid it'd mess everything up.
How so?
It was my idea to volunteer, sister. I failed at Titania, and allowed the Therian to be stolen from Palamedes. I need to atone for my mistakes.
Then let me come with you.
I have different orders for you. Teresa Linares, you are hereby relieved of your duties as an exorcist, and are to return your Moloch.
Relieved of duty? Why?
For our plans to be realized, we require an especially strong Moloch. We've analyzed your Moloch's dormant abilities, and he is of considerable power, on the same level as the young Moloch who betrayed us for the enemy.
Simply put, you just don't got what it takes to handle him, sweetheart.
How could you?
When this is all over, I'd love to have some of your homemade cooking again, sister. I could go for that quiche you used to make.
The quiche, chat.
How can you talk of that right now?
Lord Artorias.
I know what you're going to ask. Yes, Oscar, when you fulfill your mission, I will make Teresa an exorcist again.
Oscar, are you doing this for...
Don't worry about me. I'd go to the ends of the earth and back for a plate of your delicious quiche.
I'm sorry, Chad, I don't think we can get Melchior's hat as an accessory. I know you would love seeing it on different characters.
No. Oscar, don't go! Oscar!
Relieved of duties. That's a bit strange.
What should I do? If I don't do something, he'll... Huh? What's this? I'm... receptive to that art. And to you.
I don't think that really bodes well for the party.
Where am I?
Take it easy, Velvet. You've been out for 3 days.
Then that's 3 days wasted. What's the situation?
Well, let's see. For one thing, Grimoire's been deciphering that ancient book. She says that this new copy is complete. All the pages we were missing are there. As for the dogs, Kamoana's taken a real shine to them.
All right then. Now we just need to find that last Therian.
Velvet, no! I said take it easy. Seriously.
Oh, hold on. Have you not had anything to eat?
Well, I just thought, since you hadn't either.
Are you serious? Why would you do a full thing like that? You'll die if you don't eat.
Actually,
He won't die if he doesn't eat. Malachim don't actually depend on food for sustenance. If they do eat, it's only as a quirky hobby.
All right, if you're sure. If you feel like going hungry, it's your life. But there's no sense in doing it on my account.
Good to see you're feeling better again. As you probably noticed, we made it back to Titania already.
Sorry to keep you all waiting on me. Get everyone together. We meet now.
Well, that could have gone better.
I just wanted to better understand the hardships Velvet's suffering through. It seems unfair for her to bear all of it alone.
Well, she's... how can I put it? A very straightforward kind of person.
But nothing gets under her skin like a clumsy display of sympathy.
What should I do about her then?
For now, just get something in your tummy. Any good warrior knows you eat when you have the chance. Even Malachim have more strength on a full stomach than an empty one, don't they?
Yeah.
It's true. Food will fill an empty stomach. But what is there to fill an empty heart, I wonder?
Well, chat, we're gonna, before we do any main plot, we're gonna do some skits. We'll talk to everybody out here, and then we'll switch back to the other costumes, because I think we'll be getting a lot of plot skits, which unfortunately, with our current headgear, will prevent us from seeing the faces. But for now, we can view the skits that are on the outside.
Time for some grub, Laphicet. What are you hungry for?
I'll have some stuffed giant squid, or prison crab dumplings, or sea snake bowl!
It's your first meal in 3 days, right? Better stick with something mild or you'll be sorry. How about a risotto or vegetable rice soup?
That could be nice.
I could go for some borscht or shark fin and egg soup. For dessert, I'll have a sweet bean and jelly fruit cup, a giant parfait, and a triple berry cake.
Zip it, Magilou.
Oh well, I'm getting full just thinking about it.
I think I'd like some rice porridge, with a pickled plum and baby sardines on top.
Ooh, an austere choice.
And an apple.
In that case, you should have some apple boo.
Apple boo?
What on earth is that?
It's just grated apples. But when my brother wasn't feeling well, I often fed it to him.
I think I'd like to try some.
If you insist, I'll make some for you. At least it's something I can make without needing to taste it.
Okay, I insist.
Okay.
If you're already making some, I'd like...
Zip it, Magilu.
Or Magilu chat. Oh hey, Expedition came back. Benwick says, there's no need to go overboard, Velvet. Take a breather, eh? Hello, Kamawana. Oh, we're getting sucked into other dialogue. Kamawana says, Benwick, please let me hide in the ship. Steady, lass. What's the problem? I guess she's still playing hide and seek, chat. We have another pirate here. Let's see what he has to say.
I haven't seen many Abbey patrol ships around here of late.
I noticed that too. Do you think something happened?
The Bloodwings said the Abbey's been quiet everywhere. Apparently, some bad demons and a cursed pirate crew have been giving them trouble, and they can't spare the men to patrol the outer seas.
That's Eifried's pirates for ya. Always gathering information and keeping on their guard.
A cursed pirate crew? Isn't that us? If the info's sound, we've really made a name for ourselves.
Abbey ships run and hide when they see us coming.
Reason dictates that we avoid hopeless fights.
Ooh, Shepherd Artorias, you're my hero!
If only our enemies were truly that dumb. Sadly, the world isn't that forgiving. We can't drop our guard.
Aye. I've contacted some fishermen friends of mine. They'll let us know if they notice anything fishy.
We've got the first mate's curse to deal with. We can never be too careful.
Yeah, with that Reaper's curse hanging over us, we don't have room to relax.
Well, at least they're not too bothered by it.
Let's see what they also have to say if we talk to him again. I admire the exorcists that actually fight demons. I won't get in the way of a warrior of that caliber. Well, if they're gonna have a problem with me, if they try to stop us from sailing somewhere... Oh, they're going to have a problem, excuse me. That's a risk we'll just have to take, even if the odds aren't in our favor. So chat, why don't we set us up for the other dialogues? So we got to see what happens if you leave the joke outfits on. But we'll go back to our other... Still ridiculous outfits, but at least you can see their faces. Feeling tongue-tied today, chat. Let's go through this. I just want to make sure our hard work is saved, though. Okay, it is. Let's go back to these outfits, I believe. Again, we're just making sure all the tails and things like that have moved on. Good, she's got the wings for later. So, we have the book from the Village of Abal. And we are going to hopefully translate it. But they also mentioned that we only have one Therian left. So, chat, we're doing pretty well with the Therian hunting.
Okay, Fee. I need you to find us our next Earth Pulse point.
I found one, but it's really, really far. Way up in the northeast.
If it's that far out, it has to be an Engand.
Endgand is a collection of small islands. There's a comparatively bigger one called Lionel Island, but that's the exception.
Yeah, I think the Earth Pulse point's probably out there.
Endgand, huh? Those waters are haunted by ghost ships, you know.
Ghost ships?
Yep. Legend has it they snatch up wrongdoers who bear lingering regrets and whisk them away to that eternal voyage.
That doesn't sound promising.
Currents from all over the world converge in Engand's waters, so a lot of shipwrecks from distant seas end up there as their final resting place.
Uh-huh. Ah, so that's where the stories of ghost ships come from.
Boo, you guys have no imagination.
I'd rather they stay imaginary myself.
We should still be careful.
We'll be fine. Ghost ship, exorcist, whatever comes along. We'll be the ones to administer their last rites.
So let's do a skip. Yeah. Chat, we're entering Avengers Endgand now.
Just one Therian to go. When I escaped, Ceres told me that Artorias could still be killed. That means she must have known everything. That Inominat is incomplete. How Therians work. But why did she betray Artorias? Why did she give me her strength? I know that try as you might, some fires can never fully be extinguished. But what made you go so far as to feed yourself to me? Tell me, why did you do it, sis? Ugh, what am I saying? Ceres was a Moloch. Just a Moloch. Just focus on what has to be done. Once the Therians are all together, I can end this. That's all that matters. That's all I need to think about.
Well, that was a very interesting slip of the tongue, chat. So you might have noticed in some of the dream sequences that sometimes Celica and Ceres swap out with one another, and this skit just referred to Ceres as Celica, I think, for the first time in an accidental slip. Which I do find very interesting going back and forth. It is a little hard to tell, but presumably Celica is Ceres, according to the skit. I think we'll get one or two more skits related to that going forward, but we'll keep that in mind. Laphicet says, I ate enough. I see. That's alright then. Hello, Rokuril. Well, my belly is full and I'm ready to go anytime. Hello, Bienfu. You're looking awfully pale, Velvet. Take care of yourself, alright? Sure, Bienfu. Magilu says, they say the Phantom Fleet carries guilty souls away. If we cross its path, I will be lonely when you're all taken. What do you have to say about that, Eleanor? Is it time to depart already? Don't you think you should rest a little longer? No, we don't think about resting, chat. Eisen says the currents around Engan are naughty, alright, and it's a dreadful place to sail. Not that the Van Eltia can't handle it either. So chat, we have a few different skits we should go to, and it's kind of deceptive because the place we just came from also has a skit. So the game definitely tries to trick you. So always, always, always make sure to recheck the map. Oh, looks like it's Medusa.
Come on, it's fine.
No, it's not. You have to do it right.
You're so mean, Medusa. If you keep telling me what to do, I'll hate you.
Fine, hate me then. So long as you do what I say.
Fine. I love you, Medusa, and you don't even care.
What's going on here?
Eleanor, Medusa's being mean. She keeps telling me to dry my hair after my bath, but I don't wanna.
What? Is that all you're arguing about? This is important. Just because she's a Therian doesn't mean she can't catch a cold.
But I won't! I won't catch a cold! I swear! I don't want to take Mom's yucky, awful medicine, so I'm not gonna get sick.
If you insist on being so stubborn, we can do this the hard way.
There's no need for everyone to get so worked up. Her hair's pretty much dry already, right?
Yeah, what she said.
I'm spoiling her, aren't I?
Seriously. Look, we don't even know what would happen if a Therian catches a cold, let alone how to treat it.
That's true.
But look, I get it. I know you feel responsible for her.
You mean what happened to her mother?
Yeah, Laphicet told me about it.
My, look who's a little tattletale.
I'm sorry,
but I thought Medusa should know, just in case.
It's fine, I suppose. I should have told her myself.
Well, at least I understand everything now. It's all too tragic for words.
Yes, and the knowledge would not be something that a young child could possibly bear. I'm not planning on telling her.
That's probably your only option. But do you really think you can keep lying to her forever?
I have to, for her own sake.
For her, huh?
All right, I'll go with you on this.
You two are going through an awful lot of trouble for a selfish kid.
All kids are selfish. They're selfish. But that's what their families and their mothers should be there for. Don't you have any memories like that yourself?
Sorry, but I'd rather just keep them to myself.
Pish and piffle. Everybody and their issues, am I right?
Okay. So we could set sail to go to Lionel Island, but I don't think we should do so, chat. We'll get the skits out of the way. We're almost done. I think we'll wrap up for the day. We made a lot of progress today. We'll talk about some expectations of the next session in a little bit, but overall, I think I'm pretty happy with how it turned out for the most part. I think we only had a couple character deaths despite being on Chaos and underleveled, so that went pretty well.
That prince you brought back is one interesting guy. He's happy playing with the dogs, right? And that's perfectly normal. But I swear, he even naps with them. And that hawk, with a big smile on his face?
And when Dial or Kamawana ask him to put in some work, he doesn't make a face or nothing. He just gets right to it.
Wait, they're asking the prince to do chores for them? Isn't that a little much?
Yeah, honestly, I was worried about it too. But when I asked him about it, he said not to worry. And get this! The guy says when he lived in the palace, he couldn't even yawn without getting permission. He couldn't even play with his dogs, let alone help other people with their tasks. Everything was the job of his servants. So anything we tell him to do, no matter how trivial, the guy happily does it. Says he really feels like he's alive.
Wow! Feels like he's too good a guy to be a prince.
You got it backwards. I'd love to see what a nice guy who gets the common folk does once he starts calling the shots.
But if he were to rejoin the royal family, he'd be our enemy, wouldn't he?
At the very least, he wouldn't try to control how we think, like the Abbey's doing now.
Either way, you're pirates. You plunder other people's ships. I think you'd be the enemy of any state.
Or pirates. Hardened Pirate says, a prince has his own problems and the same goes for a pirate. Life's actually pretty fair when you look at it that way. On an unrelated note, what sort of ransom do you think you could demand for a prince? Slip that in there, chat. Let's go to the back docks real quick. We'll talk to this guy. Oh, is this the Kraken Queen skit? Oh no. I'm trying to remember.
Hey, Eisen, great timing. I've got a question.
Oh no.
What would you say the 4 great wonders of the ocean are?
Far as I know, it's the Phantom Fleet, Dragon Island, the Bighedian tribe, and the Kraken Queen.
Ha ha! See? I'm right. But this scoundrel insists he knows better than me.
What else could the 4th be but the Kraken Queen?
The colossal upright eel. Besides, the Kraken Queen is just a fantasy cooked up by girl-starved sailors.
What's the Kraken Queen? What do you mean, fantasy?
It's not just a fantasy, boy. The Kraken Queen is a slippery black squid, the size and shape of a lusciously proportioned woman. When it encounters a human, it goes into a frenzy, attacking with its long whip-like arms.
That sounds painful.
Real painful. Mind-numbingly painful even. But here's the thing. At some point, the pain turns into pleasure.
You mean it feels good to get whipped?
You see, boy? That's why we call her the Mystery.
Hey! Bad pirate! Stop corrupting our youth!
Corrupting?
Boy, there's no need to contain your curiosity. When pain turns to pleasure, you've truly become a man.
Laphicet, don't listen to them.
This is something you should hear. Aren't you curious why the Kraken Queen is a wonder of the sea? Want to find out?
Yes, tell me. Why?
Normally, it hurts to be whipped. Nothing pleasurable about that. You don't like getting hurt, right?
No. It hurt when Teresa hit me. I didn't like it at all.
And yet the Kraken Queen grants pleasure through pain. The Kraken Queen's tentacles secrete some sort of unknown, pleasure-inducing substance. When they touch you, the pleasure is beyond.
All right, we're done here. The Kraken Queen is no longer allowed to be the 4th wonder. It's now the colossal upright eel. Argument over. Tell Laphicet about this eel, and keep it wholesome.
Sure. The colossal upright eel is as big as a whale, and long and straight like a marlin's bill. Cut it open, steam it, then baste it with a special sweet and sour sauce, and grill it twice over charcoal, and it's heavenly. Or so I hear.
That does sound really good.
I know, right? The problem is, its name is an apt one.
Colossal. It's too big to catch?
No, the upright part. When people try to catch it, it stands up on its 2 legs and zoom! Off it goes, running on top of the water.
It's a fish? With legs?
Now that's a wonder, right, kid?
Well, at least it's a wholesome one.
Older Pirate says, truth is, I became a pirate because I want to be spanked by a Kraken Queen one day. Why, thank you, Older Pirate. What do you have to say about that, Roll Pirate? I'd like to have a nice bowl of colossal upright eel one day, with soup made from its liver on the side. Oh, chat. So this is our last chance to kind of go wherever we want to go. But I think what we'll do is we will teleport to the beginning of this area, because we'll be starting off the next session here. Oh, we have one line of dialogue we have not seen yet. Odessa says, "Just one Therian left. Stay on your toes. The Abbey will be desperate at this point." So let's pause here for today, chat, because we're coming up to a very long section of the game, and I would like to kind of condense it as much as we can into just the next weekend. So for now, let's switch over to the endgame screen. We get to talk about things like Kamawana getting a cold, and also talking about her mother's medicine, which I think might be the first time that was actually mentioned. Obviously, we have Eleanor looking out for the innocence of Laphicet, so I'm sure the chat definitely appreciates it. In terms of what we did today, we cleared out, I think, 4 bosses. We had 3 Code Red. No, 2 Code Reds, because we already did one of them. But we still had a lot of Code Red demons, and we had a boss, and we technically had a boss-ish fight. So we did pretty well on that. I think every boss was a pretty easy clear for us. Unfortunately, next weekend will not be the case. So we had a little bit of a lull in the difficulty where we had a chance of doing damage to them. But again, we are on chaos mode, we are underleveled, and we are coming into what is casually one of the hardest series of fights in the game, I think. Honestly, I find them much harder casually than the final boss of the game. And there's going to be 2 really, really, really difficult fights, kind of back to back, starting next weekend. So we'll be going into Endgand, which, again, especially now that Avengers Endgame is out, I can't disassociate how that sounds with that word. And our goal is to go through what I consider a dungeon that feels just like slightly too long. But I promise you, chat, once we get through the dungeon, we will be coming to my other really favorite part of the game. And then I think from there, we'll see some impacts on the townspeople, potentially as early as next Sunday. Otherwise, we'll see some of the after effects the weekend after. And between those 2 things, I think that might be my second favorite part of the game. I like how a ball kind of sets things off. I feel like we're only going to go up from here, because honestly, the writing just continues to improve. And we'll be seeing something that we don't normally see in especially a Tales series, where we are getting a lot of insight from the villain standpoint. So a lot of next week will be concentrated on the villain's point of view, which I think is pretty cool. Hopefully the chat enjoys it as we go through it. And I do apologize, but this next dungeon is just very, 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 very long. And it's not really helped that there's a lot of dialogue in between, because it's just like, I would be able to get through it a lot easier if we didn't have a lot of skits to view, but we're going to be in that dungeon for quite some time. So I'm going to double check equipment, I think, before we commit to anything next weekend, but I think we're otherwise good to go. I might just get some disenchanting out of the way, as I said before, but we have some of the toughest fights look ahead for us. Honestly, it's going to be interesting getting through it. I hope we could do a chat without having any game overs, because we haven't had any in a while, which is good. I think Kamoana was the last real roadblock on Chaos difficulty, just because of how much damage her spells did. And we're going to be coming into AI that is really good at comboing, and also has Mystic Arts, which is a very deadly combination for us, as any touch might lead to a Mystic Art into We Are Dead. Unless we're Velvet, then we'll survive, but we'll see how it goes. So next weekend again, I hope you do not miss out. We might be doing an extended session. It really just depends on how quickly we can clear the dungeon, leading into a absolutely fantastic part of the game, and I'm sure the chat will agree if they haven't seen it before. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know we have a lot to look forward to. I hope you enjoy it. But for now, I'd like to say thank you for all the comments in the chat. I definitely enjoy the interaction between us. Always feel free to request different character costumes or changes or things like that as we go through the game. I might have more say on some of the upcoming bosses, because they are actually genuinely hard boss battles, whereas I would say the other ones are not too difficult overall. But yeah, if you definitely want to see some swapping out of characters or costumes or just minor accessories like that, always feel free to ask. I'm not offended. We can always do it. I just ask that if we're going for the really ridiculous outfits, we kind of hold those off for the arena, because otherwise, just to showcase what happens, you get a lot of close-ups of just a giant giant mascot face, which kind of obscures what maybe the characters are thinking. So for people that haven't seen the game the first time, it could be a little, I would say, off-putting. But I just wanted to show that because that wasn't a super long cutscene, what it's like. But until then, I think we're going to be leaning upon Velvet for a lot of the bosses coming up. I might swap our party order a little bit. So Aizen is a little closer to Velvet, so we could kind of do our Break Soul combo mid-stun. Because again, Velvet should be the only character really performing stun on the bosses with how we've had it set up. They should genuinely only fish for status ailments, which is fine. And I think we have enough gear that we could start with an initial soul, which might actually be enough to save us, because we need Laphicet with as many souls as he can get to reduce damage. Because again, if things go wrong, we are going to take a ton of damage, and it would help to keep his half damage break soul up at all times. So I'd just like to say thank you all for joining, and hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.